The spot.
DTF Radio, highly unique radio. We're here at El Punto The Spot, powered by Adventure Music. Ghetto gospel. All thugs got to pray. If killing niggas is wrong, God forgive me for my sins. And all my evil thoughts like fucking my girlfriend. God bless my family. And the bitch I bet you can't bring. And any extra guns are coming in. Not to play the play for games that's corrupt. But the Lord knows this world is all fucked up. In God's eyes, every nigga is created. Some crackers, we because we live deep.
No, let it play, nigga.
Ghetto gospel. God forgive me for my sins and all my evil thoughts like fucking my girlfriend. God bless my family and the bitch I back in the Camry. And any extra guns are coming in. Not to play or pray for things that's corrupt. But the Lord knows this world is all fucked up. In God's eyes, every nigga is created equal. Some crackers, we because we live illegal. And anything we got, nigga. Even if somebody got to get shot, nigga. A whole lot of thugs out on my block. And I see the killers still free, so fuck God. Got no love for the Lord, that's why we pack gats. When them shots pop, these cops, where they at? Probably somewhere at Dunkin' Donuts. My black child got niggas on the corner with their hands up. Let me blow my heat before I go to sleep. And pray to God I'll end up 6 feet deep. Cause if I die before I wake, let me die some pains and all my niggas at my wake. I said, if I die before I wake, let me die some pains and all my bitches at my wake.
He's the illest.
Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd and the gun's my weapon. Reppin' my own protection, stay blessed with protection. It's nothing on this earth that my soul should want. Cop the house a big bitch, all my friends pop bust. Nigga, we lust to bust, and guns we trust. The God's cop me and bad, now that's righteous. I'm tight cause my people on their last breath. Bubbling in the valley of death. I went to jail and end up being the last nigga left. Now I fear no evil, hear no evil. Just screw the silence up on my desert evil. Nigga, free my people. I'm prepared for the enemy. And thugs won't block me, put slugs up in me. Lord gave me the energy, now pass it in the sea. Word to God, all your niggas is going to look for me.
Word to God.
Now let me know my hit before I go to sleep. And pray to God I'll end up 6 feet deep. Cause if I die before I wake, let me die some paper and all my niggas at my wake. I said, if I die before I wake, let me die some paper and all my bitches at my wake.
I want niggas to hear what my nigga said. Watch this.
Niggas pray. Now let me hit the streets so my kids can eat. Compton, Oakland, Inglewood, Long Beach. All the thugs in the street got love for me. Highland, Southside, QB. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I die for I&C. I ride for everybody that ride for me. All my bitches out here that gave me I ride for everybody that ride for me. Southside, PK, QB. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I die for I&C. I ride for everybody that ride for me. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I die for I&C. I ride for everybody that ride for me. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I die for I&C. I ride for everybody that ride for me.
I'm with it, baby. We see you, baby. What it is. Hi.
Keep it so busy. DTF Radio, highly unique radio. We're here at El Punto Spot,
How could you
powered
not
by
love that?
Adventure Music.
Yeah,
Black
we
Child
back.
will be a millionaire before his time is done.
Alright, Black, what up?
Ferrari Black.
Fuck, I die for I&C. And ride
Aight.
for everybody that's gonna ride for me.
Alright,
That's what's really good.
hey, that's a fact.
And this nigga's putting up pictures of bitch asses. All right, let's go. What's the question? What y'all want to know? Ask me whatever.
Yeah.
Everything.
El Punto Radio, the spot. We got the legendary Irv Gotti in the building.
Yeah.
He's super hype. The
El
energy is super
Punto,
real.
the spot.
Spot.
Welcome,
El Punto
welcome.
means the spot in Spanish.
I
Dinero's
just-
not here.
I just learned that. Shout out to Dinero.
Yeah, the Babalaos
Cuban
in Miami.
Yes, sir.
a shot Pashi, or
Ashe.
Ache.
all that.
Yeah, Ache. No, he says Ache Pati. Ache Pati. Yeah, that's it.
So what's up? What y'all want to talk about, man?
Go ahead,
Talk about
man.
you. Talk about a lot.
So I want to know something,
we wanna-
Playboy.
Life is good. Life is great.
You know, we want to know what Irv Gotti's been up to. You know, I know
life
what
is
Irv
great.
Gotti's been up to,
What's
but
coming
you know,
up?
our
What's
listeners
going
don't know.
on?
Well, the cloud has been lifted from over my head, which is what the Federal Bureau of Investigations can do to you.
Right.
Shout out to the government.
They see that they see we beat the case or whatever, but what they don't see is that people become scared of you. You know, so as much as I did with the music business, it didn't really matter because I was a criminal in their eyes. And
Facts.
the fact that I don't turn my back on my brothers
Preem.
all day, you know, I become like, it was like a cloud over my head. So for like 10
DTF Radio, highly unique radio. We're here at El Punto the Spot, powered by Adventure Music. Ghetto gospel. All the dogs gotta pray. If killing niggas is wrong, God forgive me for my sins and all my evil thoughts, like fucking my girlfriend. God bless my family and the bitch I bet in the Camry. And any extra guns are coming in. Not to play the right for things that's corrupt, but the Lord knows this world is all fucked up. In God's eyes, every nigga is created. Some crackers, we evil, cause we live in evil. Ghetto gospel. If killing niggas is wrong, God forgive me for my sins and all my evil thoughts, like fucking my girlfriend. God bless my family and the bitch I back in the Camry. And any extra guns are coming in. Not to play or pray for things that's corrupt, but the Lord knows this world is all fucked up. In God's eyes, every nigga is created equal. Some crackers, we evil, cause we live illegal. And anything we got, nigga. Even if somebody got to get shot, nigga. A whole lot of thugs got on my block, and I see the killers still free, so fuck off. Got no love for the Lord, that's why we pack cats. When them shots pop, these cops, where they at? Probably somewhere at Dunkin' Donuts. My black child got niggas on the corner with their hands up. Let me blow my heat before I go to sleep, and pray to God I don't end up 6 feet deep. Cause if I die before I wait, let me die some papers and all my niggas at my wake. I said, if I die before I wait, let me die some papers and all my bitches at my wake. He's the Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd and the gun's my weapon. Reppin' my own protection, stay blessed with protection. It's nothing on this earth that my soul should want. Cop the house a big bitch, all my friends pop bust. Nigga, we lust to bust, and guns we trust. The God's cop me a pad, now that's righteous. I'm tight with my people, all they
not love that
artificial music.
Yeah.
Black
We
Child
back.
gonna be a millionaire before his time is done.
Alright.
Black, what up?
Ferrari Black.
Fuck, I die for INC. And die
Aight.
for everybody that's gonna ride for me.
Alright. That's what's really good.
Hey, that's a fact.
And this nigga's putting up pictures of bitch asses. All right, let's go. What's the question? What y'all want to know? Ask me whatever.
Yeah.
everything.
El Punto Radio, the spot. We got the legendary Irv Gotti in the building.
Yeah.
Super hype. The
El
energy is super
Punto,
real.
the spot. The radio.
Spot.
El Punto
welcome.
means the spot in Spanish.
I
Dinero's
just-
not here.
I just learned that. Shout out to Dinero.
Yeah, the Baba
My
Laos in
Cuban brother.
Miami.
Yes, sir.
Ashad Pashi.
Ashe.
Ache.
All that.
Yeah, Ache pa. No, he says Ache Pati. Ache Pati. Yeah, that's it.
So what's up? What y'all want to talk about, man?
Go ahead,
Talk about
man.
you. Talk about a lot.
So I want to know something,
we wanna-
Playboy.
Life is good. Life is great.
You know, we want to know what Irv Gotti's been up to. You know, I know
life
what
is
Irv
great.
Gotti's been up to,
What's
but
coming
you know,
up?
our
What's
listeners
going
don't know.
on?
Well, the cloud has been lifted from over my head, which is what the Federal Bureau of Investigations can do to you.
Right.
Shout out to the government.
They see that they see we beat the case or whatever, but what they don't see is that people become scared of you. You know, so as much as I did with the music business, it didn't really matter because I was a criminal in their eyes. And
Facts.
the fact that I don't turn my back on my brothers
Preem.
all day, you know, I become like, it was like a cloud over my head. So for like 10 years, like this, you know,
Maybe more.
it was a long time. And I got to thank Stephen Hill because Stephen Hill knew me before. So if I would,
For y'all don't know who Stephen Hill is, he used to run BET.
Yeah.
So Stephen Hill was the guy that brought you all of that shit, the basement,
He
all
ran
that.
BET. He was
He
the boss
ran
of
BET.
But, you know, I say thanks to him because a lot of executives that I met with, it was weird because I would go and give them my energy and give them, you know, my ideas. And they would be like, they would just be staring at me and be like, you're really brilliant. You thought of all of this? And I'd be like, yeah, but they wouldn't do the deal.
Right.
Because I felt like as soon as when I went out the office, they probably Googled me.
Right.
And when you Google me, it's some gangster shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then on top of that, like, people hating motherfuckers probably would back call me, you know he runs with gangsters.
Right. Right.
I'm gonna give you one story. I went and had a $10 million deal for a sports management business, and a guy named Michael Araya, he said the deal's done, and then calls me the next day. So like when people don't believe this shit, it's 1,000%. And he calls me back the next day, and he said, Chris, you know, I Googled you. And I was like, I told you everything. I told him about my case, the case that we went through, everything. And the first thing he said was like, but I didn't know you killed somebody. I was like, what are you talking about? Because there was so much slander out there about us. Like I got so many articles at my crib with all the newspaper articles. I mean, all the slander. And there was so much slander. They said we did something that me and her beat someone up with a 2x4 with a nail in it, and he went in the coma and died and all this bullshit.
Wow.
No, and it was crazy.
That's fake news, though.
Fake
right?
news, of course.
Media, something else.
Listen,
Let's
at the
clear
end
that
of the
up.
day, it ruined my $10 million deal to start
Wow.
my sports management business with him.
Wow.
When he was showing me my office, I mean, the whole thing was all laid out. So when you hear what he's saying, that shit is fucking real.
Wow.
And to get through it,
and
it's crazy.
understand we have strong, we have strong haters.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so
What do you contest
if
that?
a
Let me
hater-
ask you a
if
question.
If a hater catches wind, I'm in the office with the nigga who runs a big movie studio.
Right.
He's making it his business to call him and to let him know, he's a gangster. Yeah, I know he's charming and he's,
Right.
you
No,
loved
it's
him,
real.
right? You loved him, right? Yeah, he's all of that, but the guys who are next to him, and they would break down some of the guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were like, that nigga's a killer.
Wow. So they basically
Would
blackballing.
those be the same
Yeah,
people
yeah,
that be
you
in
could
your
call
face smiling like nothing
Nah,
ever
they ain't
happened?
gonna be in my face. Our hate is different.
Yeah.
It ain't no niggas in my circle that's hating on me, and
Yeah.
I don't really fuck with a lot of niggas.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get to me now.
Right.
I got my set of niggas. I closed the door, and to get in, this nigga Michael Payton snuck in. Because
Right.
I don't know how he snuck in through a crack.
He did
You know
good
what I'm
work.
saying?
Yeah.
Nah, he did good work.
Yeah.
He's on the team.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It was really strange. So that's why I said I give a lot of love to Steven, because when I pitched Tales to Steven, he didn't see Irv Gotti and this gangster nigga and this nigga like that and this, you know, he just seen me as the genius, brilliant nigga that I am.
Right.
I didn't have no pitch deck, nothing. I just went to his office, pitched it, and he bought it.
Right.
And it's because of Tales and me getting to a second season that the world is now opening up.
And we're gonna talk about that
Because
next.
all of
Yeah,
these
we gotta talk
people,
about it.
because all of these people, again, when I left their office, yo, they was on my dick. They
Right.
was like, yo, you're brilliant. They would say it. They were like,
Right.
yo, you thought of all of this?
Right.
Like you?
Right.
You have a team. I'm like, nah, that's it. God gives it to me.
Right.
I'm like, I gotta give credit to God, because sometimes I get these brilliant ideas when I'm asleep.
Right.
You know, you get a brilliant idea when you sleep. Who else the fucking you gonna give it to, nigga? You was asleep. You
Right.
wasn't thinking
Right.
of something.
Right.
Straight gift.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a gift from God. So when I would say that, once I got over the hump with Stephen Hill, everybody is fucking with me. Like everybody wants to do deals. I got like so many projects lined up, from the Supreme Team with Leonardo DiCaprio,
Nice.
Wow.
right,
Preem.
to the Murder Inc. TV series with my partners Live Nation, and then Bob Backish is my main supporter. He runs Viacom, and he's just a believer in me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm super, super blessed.
So
You know?
one of the things I always like, everyone always asks me, well, I'm always out, and they always ask me about my brother, and I try to explain one of the main things. Like, Irv never dealt with the infrastructure of corporate America.
Okay.
He always had the boss, whoever that was. So when he mentions, like, he just says Bob Backish, like Bob Backish is the boss of Viacom.
right.
Google Viacom and understand who the
Absolutely.
fuck Bob Backish is.
Absolutely.
He's
And then
actually
he
in
didn't
line
mention-
to get the merger, which CBS and Showtime and Viacom is about to merger, and God willing, Bob may be the boss of all that shit.
And then again,
That's
we on the
big.
popping.
yeah.
And I could say
When he
honestly, like, that's my fucking man,
facts. And then even when he mentioned Live Nation,
Rapino.
Michael Rapino, you might have heard Drake mention. I think he mentions him in one of his records. But Michael Rapino
was
is the
boosting my
boss
ego.
of Live Nation. If you don't understand what Live Nation is and what they do and how big they are, they're a giant of a company, and they're doing more than fucking touring.
Right, they're doing TV.
You
and
just heard
film
that
now.
they're gonna do Murder Inc.
They did A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper. And Lady
Understand?
Gaga.
So these are these.
But I could also say, like, Rapino is my fucking man.
yeah,
And when,
yeah.
Now here, when I say that, no one could infiltrate them with me.
They already heard the bullshit.
No one could go to Michael Rapino and say, Irv Gotti's this or Irv Gotti's that. He's going to be like, what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Right. Solid shit.
Bob Backish is going to flip harder.
Right.
He's going to be, what? Irv Gotti's a genius. Now get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Who sent you?
Solid
people
shit.
respect the
Yeah.
realness.
Bob Backish may be like, you know what? You just another motherfucker we going to run over.
Facts.
All right.
Facts.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah, I told them some ill shit too, like Rapino and Backish and guys like that. Also, Jim Giannopoulos, he runs Paramount. These are like my guys.
Look,
And I
before
feel-
Jim, it
I
was
feel-
Brad Gray.
Brad Gray.
Wow.
rest
God
in
bless the
peace.
dead, yeah.
Rest in peace. But these are like my guys in my team. And it's funny because I said when I grew up, you know, we grew up in Hollis, Queens, Jamaica, Queens, whatever, crack-infested neighborhood. So, you know, we have a big family. I'm the youngest of 8. And, you know, my mother used to always say, you know, play with your family. Because don't play with, because these niggas out here is crazy. So just play with your family, stick together.
Right.
So I hit that with Bob Backish and Jim Giannopoulos. I said, yo, y'all are like my family. I won't play with no one else. I'll
Right.
give y'all everything that's in my brain.
Right.
wow.
So expect to hear, like, give me a year or two, It's gonna. Irv Gotti signs $500 million deal.
Alright.
He's playing with his family.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, is that- yeah.
That's right.
Manifest that.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen.
Put a
for
hand clap together for that one.
Yeah, that's
Put
a
a hand
fact.
clap together for that $500 million.
Might be more.
Half a bill.
It might be more.
Big
You know the
things.
reason why I say that? Steph Curry did a deal with Sony for $100 million, right? So
Yeah.
I got people at Sony too, right? So I said,
Michael
yo,
Lane.
I said, yo, y'all gave this nigga $100 million. This nigga's a basketball player. They said we just wanted to be in the Stephen Curry business, right? so I'm never a hater. Like
Right.
I'm cool with LeBron. He got a gang of money from Warner Bros. They gave him,
Right.
but like when I hear numbers like that. That's when I'll be in the back of my mind. Wait till they get a load of me.
Right.
You gave this nigga $100 million. I do this.
Right.
Like I entertain people. That's all I'm thinking of. I'm not
Right.
thinking how to perfect the crossover.
Right.
Or shoot a better jump shot. Nigga, this is my game.
Right.
And you gave him 100. I need 250.
You hear that, Chauncey?
Amen.
Right.
Nah, real, nah. In all honesty,
Yo,
think
any-
about it. You
any-
gave this nigga 100.
Right.
All right. But like, I never get angry or mad at anyone because I know I get busy, right? So. But it's all like, I got all of these blessings and I ain't really do nothing yet. That's how I be feeling. I be
Because you're a
like,
Cancer, B.
Right.
could be.
I'm a Cancer too. You're a Cancer. I already know what it is.
You know what I'm saying? But I like,
It's never enough.
no, I'm like, if they giving these niggas that much money and thing like that, I'm gonna put it down. I ain't even put it down yet. All I did so far in TV and film is Tales. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it did good ratings. It did good enough ratings to get me over the hump and get me a season 2. But it wasn't no blockbuster shit.
Right.
But I'm a blockbuster nigga.
Right.
Like I don't want to be average.
Right.
Like when I sold Platinum, I remember we was in the studio with Hove, and I was sick and mad because Ja was at double platinum with his first album, and Hove got mad at me. He was like, "Nigga, Reasonable Doubt is gold, nigga. That's going to platinum, and you in here beefing like
Beefing.
fuck that, nigga. But nigga, you just did like 8
Right.
with Hard Knock Life.
Right.
So I'm a nigga. I'm like platinum. I'm vomiting, nigga. I'm not happy.
Right.
I've always been, I want to crush the world, the whole
Right.
planet Earth. So it don't change, it don't stop. If
Right.
I'm making a TV series, if I'm making a record, if I'm making a movie, I'm trying to crush the world.
Right.
Whether I crush the world or do it or not, you know, I can miss, but I'm
That's
gonna
the
come
aim.
again.
Yeah.
That like the meeting with Jimmy.
Oh, I got the tapes.
Ish. Listen, like when we had a meeting with Jimmy, we was with Zane Lowe, and me and Jimmy was in there talking
Crazy.
on our visionary shit, and Zane was like, "Yo, but what if it doesn't happen? Like you guys."
Yeah.
And like Jimmy looked at him and said, "He says you're not." He was like, "You're not afraid if it fails."
Fails?
Right.
Yeah.
Me and Jimmy looked at the nigga like he was retarded. Like
Right.
what? He said, "Well, what if it fails?" He said, "Well, then fuck it. We'll do something else and do it again."
Right.
But the mindset is, nigga, we coming.
That's right.
Period.
I'm the zombie in I Am Legend at the end when he's banging his head against the door. Nigga, that sums up my whole aura
Existence.
and whole life in this entertainment business. Nigga, and Will's like, "I'll save you." I'm not hearing nothing, nigga.
Right.
I'm coming to kill you.
Right.
So you could kill us both, but I'm coming through this glass
Right.
and I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Right.
And that's just my mindset.
Alright.
My daughter, we was shooting Growing Up Hip Hop. That's another project, but I did that for my kids or whatever. Shout out to WeTV, Datari, and Tara. But you know what I'm saying? My daughter, we was shooting the scene, and she was like, "You have to have a plan B." And I said, "Nah, fuck that, Angie.
Plan A always works, right?
Nah,
No.
if you have a plan B, you're thinking of failure.
Exactly.
Right.
You already
Exactly.
setting yourself up for failure."
No plan Bs.
No plan B.
I said, "I don't never have a plan B." She says, "But
Facts.
what if you don't get it?" I said, "Nigga, I'm getting it.
Right. You speaking into existence.
Fuck
Not
speaking it. I
speaking it.
work.
Right. I got
Exactly.
I work, nigga. Like
Talk is cheap.
no one.
You gotta do
ain't,
it.
You ain't outwork. Niggas ain't outworking me.
Right.
Like in TV and film, now my peers in that industry, it's not even close. These niggas is let's do lunch.
you. Right.
They let's do lunch niggas. They gonna let me in the game, and once I knocked it out the park and get that home run where I got that voice and they running with me, I'ma slaughter every fucking body.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm smiling. I'm smiling, shake their hand, but I'm
And
just
you'll
like,
do
I'm
lunch.
different.
After.
No, one thing I am gonna do. So if anybody's listening in the movie world, ain't no more bullshit talk with me.
Mm.
Hollywood, it's a lot of. Nah, in a minute it's gonna be. You want to meet with me? I need like 25,000. So now I know you ain't wasting my motherfucking time.
You know, I tell everyone how we
Heard.
charged Craig
Heard.
Calvin
Heard.
50.
Yeah, we charged. That's when we was on fire.
We was on fire. You used to charge him 50 to just talk.
Wow.
You want to speak to Irv? 50,000, nigga.
Well, that story's crazy because my nigga BJ, right?
Shout out to BJ.
Shout out to
Wolf.
BJ.
See, but I'm also a very smart nigga. So BJ comes to me because I was igging his calls. So BJ comes to me and says, "Yo, nigga, pick up the call, pick up the phone." I was like, "Why? Why are you pressing me? Like, fuck this nigga, right?" And then he was like, he gave me 5,000.
They gave
Aight.
BJ 5.
You can't say that to me, BJ. They gave your fucking ass 5,000. I'm the goose that lays the golden eggs, nigga.
Right.
Tell that nigga I want 50.
No problem.
He
No
sent the
problem.
check.
Facts.
He sent the check. I was like, "What's up, nigga? What you want?"
But he got a hit record.
But yeah, he got a hit record.
Yeah.
But
money well spent.
Aight.
like in Hollywood, it's a lot of bullshit. So I can see myself doing that once I get hot.
Let me ask you a question because it's in Hollywood. What if you had a financier? What is, like, I know, like the Paramount Pictures
If
and,
someone wanted to give me a gang of money,
say, let's work and
I would still
develop.
be with Bob.
Kind of like DreamWorks.
I would still be with Bob. I would still be with Michael Linton. I mean Michael Rapino.
Rapino.
Yeah, I would still be with those guys. I would say, give me the 100, and then like Bob, just distribute my shit and.
Yeah, you cut different deals with them.
Promote and market my shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna cut y'all, and we all gonna eat. We
Right.
gonna play with the family, and then just steamroll niggas.
Right.
Yeah.
Family over everything.
I'm gonna steamroll
So-
niggas. I don't know.
That's what I listen. I preached it. I said they don't know what they did by
gonna
letting him
steamroll.
in.
I mean,
Like I watched it
in.
firsthand, like from close, like
gonna steamroll
watching how
niggas.
much hard he works. And people always ask me, and I'm like, there's no one that I know. I know he's my brother. There's no one I know even close to Irvin. I know all of these niggas in the game. You know, I look at a Puffy and I said Irvin and him got a lot of energy together, but Puff does it a different way. And again, no disrespect, it's just different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just look at it like today I got to ask the question. I'm going to ask you the same question. In hip hop, give me your top 5 producers and why.
I love this.
In hip hop,
And hip hop is
number 1,
number one is Dre.
of course,
All right.
Right. He's
Dr. Dre.
just- I could emulate. I'm gonna put Primo up there too. 'cause
Aight.
I can't. Most producers, I could turn myself into how they get busy and make a record just like them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Primo, his shit is just to the core, dirty and street, and you can't emulate. I don't know what type of shit Dirty is putting on.
Right.
And Dre, that nigga's the best because he just knows so much, and he could do his records. I can't make them. Even if it's a sample, I don't know what the fuck this nigga.
If there's
doing.
producers out listening, that's one of the things Murder Inc. used to do. No, seriously, like we would see, like Irv would test producers to see how good they are if they could remake
a record.
a hit record that's out, like a Dr. Dre. Where did he get the sounds from? Where did he get this? Make it sound like, and if they couldn't do it, he knew the level you was at.
Wow, that's interesting.
You know the LL Cool J "Love You Better." Pharrell did it. That's Rock With You.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he had the line, but it ain't no sample, nigga. Don't call me,
Right.
because we just flipped it. But we took the soul of what he did with "Love You Better." I
Right.
can love you. Do-do-do-dum. We took
Right.
the soul.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, so IJ, I got
took the soul.
I got a question for you. 'Cause I see now your 2 sons, Sonny and JJ.
Yeah.
I watched them grow up, and I see the talks that we talked about in the past, and I see it come to reflection. I want you to like tell our audience and our listeners the power of ownership and your intellectual properties, how it could be passed down to generations, why it's important. that
Well, if you think it ain't even. Yeah, I own Tales the first season, but they bought it from me. I got a nice check though. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Right.
But it's, I guess what you're saying is creating the ideas, putting them forth, whatever, and just producing it and doing it yourself. You could make moves and put it on your family. Like, just after one season, I could do, BET really lets me do what I want. Yeah.
But he's really talking in the music sense too,
Yeah,
also, not
exactly.
just the
Yeah,
television
yeah.
sense. In the music sense, like the masters from Murder Inc.
Oh, I own
and
all
things
my
of that.
shit. I own my master. I own half of them.
With
Of
Universal.
the whole Murder Inc. catalog. I own my publishing. I own all of that, but it's good.
It's something that you know.
It's good.
See, so that good for the listeners that don't understand is because he wants $1 billion.
Right. So
It's like the money
like
is
if I
making.
don't- If I don't do
I
anything,
guarantee everyone in this fucking room
Is
will
it a
be
good-
fucking loving what he's talking
Right,
about.
right.
He's
Is it a
like,
good start?
but it's
Yeah.
good
The money
because
off-
he's not satisfied.
the money that I'm making off of the masters and the publishing, maybe $500,000 a year.
Forever, possibly.
Ever?
Ever.
Yeah, I could probably sell it to somebody at a multiple that give me probably like five to 7 million, something like that.
It's not worth it
But
to
I don't
give it up.
I don't give a fuck about that. I ain't leaving that for Sonny and Jay.
And that's his half. So just so you
Sonny
understand,
and
that's,
JJ gonna be billionaires, nigga.
that's his half of the pub,
That's my half of.
all of it.
of
So it's
the
a 7-figure,
masters,
right?
And it's all of my publishing share. I'll make like 500.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you wanna start doing the whole
TV.
TV?
I always
yeah.
wanted. This was always my vision. It was always my dream. It was always my vision. You know, Chris will tell you when I was younger, I used to perform for the family for a nickel and pennies.
Hell yeah.
I sit there
That nigga would be
and
popping
pop.
and everything and send the hat around. Nigga.
I'm like 5, 6 years, so I've always. We used to do like for Christmas.
I dipped in the hat sometimes.
We would do like skits
Yeah.
or whatever like that, and it's just always been in me. The
Yeah.
music is very strong, and music. I'm gonna come back and fuck with music too. I got a record I bought Jamarcus. No, he's my artist down in Kentucky. We going to Kentucky. The
That's
25th.
right.
Yes, sir.
We got a new motherfucking TV series, Tales Talent Search, that BET's rocking with me. And it's a good thing because we giving back. One of the
Tell
things,
them what they're doing with the talent shirts, like what you're looking at in the talent
the
shirts.
Tales Talent Search, we started doing it, and I just was doing it with artists because I would put their records in Tales. Like, that's all. It was just, I'll find records, oh, that shit is hot, and I'd place it in my TV series so they could get exposure.
Right.
And we did like 2, and it was like 1,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah, they came out.
Great time.
So
You know,
I-
shout out to Lennox. I had a great,
Lennox.
Lennox.
Yeah.
I had an ill conversation
He's
with him
one of
today.
my soldiers in it.
Yeah, and man, he's ready to go. We're
Yeah.
gonna tear shit
so,
up.
So Kentucky, I was like, because there wasn't really a lot of chicks. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, so
Hey,
I was-
the women
I
make
was
it
like-
happen,
I was
y'all.
like, yo,
Gotta have the women.
models, actresses, actors, y'all come too. And if I see y'all, I'll put y'all in Tales. If you look good or whatever, if I see a vision for it, y'all
Right.
can come too.
Right.
So when I did that, you know, then I just went to BET. And I was like, remember that show College Hill they used to have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, y'all niggas don't fuck with niggas no more.
Yeah.
Y'all turning into an old lady network,
Yeah.
right? Where all your shows,
I love it.
where all your shows is geared towards old black women,
Right.
right? So I'm like, yo, at least with College Hill, I know all them
Facts.
colleges. I know all them colleges y'all went to. They was watching because they went, yo, there I go, or whatever.
Right.
So I said, the thing with this is we could record the people things like a hooded out American Idol or America's Got Talent search,
Right.
but it's hooded out.
Right.
But I said, when we go to Kentucky, you best believe everyone is going to motherfucking watch Tales.
Facts.
Everyone's going to turn to BET because they're going to want to see themselves. They want to see this and see that. And I
Right.
said, it's great grassroots just growing. And we're going to take this, you know, we already got we got Kentucky the 25th. Then we're going to go to Chicago. We're going to go to Columbus, Ohio. We're going to go to Philly. Like, we're going to hit like
Right.
10 cities. But I want to hit the small ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to go to Philly and Chicago because I got people out there and they see what I'm doing. And now it's a BET series. They like, got it. Let's get some money.
Right.
Let me get some money with you. And I'm like, oh, good. But I really want the smaller towns.
Yeah.
Right.
That never see anybody.
That don't see
Right.
shit. What's Kentucky see besides the Derby and Kentucky Wildcats?
Oh, we can
Right.
tell you.
Right.
We gotta go down to the Ville.
We can tell you.
Yeah.
We gotta
Well, that's where it is, Louisville.
Yeah, we going to build. Hey, all they got is
Shout out Juan
all they
Hustle.
got. Yeah, shout
You know
out
what I'm
Juan
saying?
Hustle.
I want to go to Minnesota. And
Yeah.
shit. Like, I want to, you know what I'm saying? Where they don't got nothing out there.
Right.
I
Nah,
wanna
we
hit
gonna
the
do
cities
that.
That ain't got nothing, and I won't fuck with them.
We gonna do that for
So,
sure.
so
Let me-
what are you looking for the models? What are the models what are they going to be doing when you're there? Like
What?
Looking good, hopefully.
They don't, so they, and that's-
better.
I mean, this
they
is
don't have, they
please.
don't have to read the
Please,
script or
baby,
nothing.
baby.
listen,
please.
listen, this is Tails. Like, not even on no perverted shit, but like, I want bad bitches in Tails.
But
Absolutely.
do they have to read a script when they come
Absolutely.
No, if you a bad bitch and I see you and if I get a vision for you, you on.
Right.
But if you fucking not as bad, but you do a monologue or something and I see a vision for you, you on.
to this?
Right.
You hear that, everybody? It's an
Aight.
opportunity for
Yeah,
you
you on.
ladies out there.
I pride myself on God giving me a talent to identify who the stars are.
Right.
Like, oh, that person's got something or that person's got something.
Right.
And I abuse that
Visionary.
talent.
That's dope, Gotti. Yeah.
He's a
That's
visionary.
dope.
And the ill shit that's real. Everything I'm saying is real. I never lied. So everything I say
Oh, we know.
is what I mean. You know what I'm
Alright.
saying? So like I'm really doing this because I feel God is with me.
Right.
Like on my spiritual shit, if anyone is spiritual, like
Oh, yeah.
God is with me right now. Like
That's a
Aight.
fact.
he's in me and he put me through that bullshit.
Alright.
Because
Yeah.
what we went through wasn't
Normal.
regular.
I wanted to
It
ask
wasn't
You know when
normal.
niggas be
Yeah.
talking on the records, yeah, the feds. I'm like, this nigga,
Yeah.
you don't want that
you
nigga.
don't
Shut
want
up.
that.
At all.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
a
want
fact.
that nigga.
That's
Shut
a
up,
fact.
nigga. And you ain't
At
really
all.
beefing it. I like Rule when they was talking all that shit with the beef, comparing it to Drake and Meek was
Yeah.
comparing it to M50. And Rule said, nigga, unless someone gets shot or stabbed, nigga, don't compare shit over here. Like,
Right.
which is really crazy because when I think about it, Murder Inc. was actually, and again, I don't lie, we are the realest niggas that ever did it.
Say it
Alright.
again.
That's a fact.
Alright.
Like when you go to LA and certain LA niggas who was around us, they be like, nah, nigga, y'all niggas don't move like them niggas.
Right.
They'll
Them,
tell
them
you.
niggas was in the hood. They had a mansion.
No green
with
screens.
fucking
Aight.
Bloods, Crips, essays. They was
The
all
Booyah
in there.
tribes.
Like in all honesty, I don't know how we didn't get killed. One of us didn't get
God
killed.
was with us.
I was
Right.
with you.
Right.
God was with us, but God was with
And
me
I worked
also
hard.
for the bad shit. Listen, for the bad shit. God was with me for the bad shit, and He just wanted me to slow down and see and understand who the people around me was and give the whole picture. Like I'm vicious now.
Right. Right.
Like I don't get really emotional and upset with shit. Like I think more.
Yeah.
I don't react really
Right.
fast.
Right.
That cancer shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wisdom. Yeah.
Trying to
Yeah,
tell you.
like I'm vicious.
Right.
You're looking at like a complete and whole vicious nigga that
We very
A
charismatic,
little
but
vicious.
don't
listen,
fuck
that-
with
that-
us.
That's
We,
been like, been through everything.
Yeah.
we dangerous. Fuck that,
Let me
nigga.
ask Gotti,
We
man.
fucking dangerous.
How did you come up with the concept for Tales? Like, I know it's based on hip hop songs and everything, but that's one of them thoughts that just popped up in your head?
He
Okay.
dreamt.
Here at El Punto, the spot, we keeps it all the way real.
Facts.
You look like an old enough guy where you'll fucking catch it.
All right.
You remember a show called Tales from the Crypt?
Absolutely.
Ooh. Yeah.
Like in the late
Okay,
80s, yeah.
Okay, hold up. Now, with Tales from the Crypt, if you really remember, how did the show usually start?
With the Crip people.
There you go, you know. And he would basically do what? Explain the episode.
Right.
There was a man,
Right.
and then was a woman, and then you would see the episode.
Right.
Okay, remove the Crypt Keeper, remove from the Crypt, just call it Tales, insert song, remove Crypt Keeper.
Wow.
Look, that's God.
All right. Should hit the horn, Mom, for that one.
But that,
I tell you.
Hold on, that's God. Listen, that's God. That God might be saying, yo, don't tell this nigga that. You might get sued.
All right.
That's a fact.
That's dope.
You might have spoke too much.
Listen, just insert the song. Because the song,
tells
tells you what the episode is.
Right. Right.
When you hear
Absolutely.
All I Need, you know, oh, it's a love story.
Right.
I just love
Fuck the
mine.
police. My
Right.
first episode, you know, this police brutality.
Right.
But I flipped it.
Right. That blew mine. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's
that was
gonna
dope.
be white people that get
Yeah.
nigga. But first 5 minutes, you see little Johnny get smoked.
Yeah.
And you know what was crazy when we shot that scene on set? It fucked people up. Cause you never seen a 15-year-old white boy get shot.
Right.
If it was a nigga, it would have been like, yo, pass the juice.
Right. Regular shit. Yeah.
But with it being a white boy, even black people was like, yo, that's
Word.
fucked up.
Word. Word. It
Yeah,
made
we
you
think.
think.
When he got slammed on the ground, my friends was like, "Oh my god!" Like, they was like, "Oh my god!" And he
It was
knocked
good.
out
Yeah, I did that.
Yo,
I
boy.
did
Yeah.
that.
his
Yeah.
mother.
Yeah, I did that. They slam that white boy in the ground. And you want to hear the funny shit? The actor is the nicest, most loving, caring. He's the greatest kid. When I seen him and he said, I want you. They are gonna be fucked up with your nice ass. And then here's the mind fuck. The mind fuck is all the cops that you seen. Black Child was a cop.
Yeah.
My man Kane was a motherfucking cop.
Right.
And then the other big cop, he just looked like a fucking gorilla, right?
Right.
So I'm like, this
Right.
nigga, and I said, nah, they said, you want me to cut my hair? I'm like, nah, leave that shit crazy. Look like you off the fucking block, nigga.
Right.
So it was a total mind fuck.
Yeah.
You know, Variety gave me a write-up. They called me a genius, right?
Right.
Which I really love.
Yeah.
Variety was like is a real publication.
Right.
And they was like,
And they do great interviews.
it was genius. They said they called the ending with me using D'Angelo. How does it feel?
Yeah.
But that was the
Yeah.
basis. But that was the basis of
How
the
does it feel?
How does it feel? That was the basis of what the whole episode was
It's
about.
about.
Yeah.
The episode was about to make white people
Understand.
feel this shit.
Right.
So now when you see it, you like, dang, if you look at the ending when my pretty handsome white boy got choked out, my man Matthew Noska,
Right.
that was Eric Gardner.
Right.
So I
Right.
was giving them visuals of shit. The thing he was going,
Right.
I can't breathe. I
Right.
can't breathe.
Right.
Yeah. So
And then not the names, man. Like that was ill. Like the whole "Fuck the Police" soundtrack. Like you had the whole list of everybody.
Oh, all of the
that got
things
killed
that
by
happened.
police.
no,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
listen,
The
that was a real
soundtrack.
list.
Yeah, I
It
know.
really backed
Okay.
I know.
the-
And
the-
we
That
only
wasn't
did
all of it.
from 2014 to 2017.
Wow.
Because when I did the research, shout out to Sonny, because Sonny, my son, he did the research for that.
That's right.
He did
Right.
the names, you know, I couldn't believe it.
Right.
You
That-
looking at that, and those was all like people of color and
Right.
Latino.
Right.
Those was all non-white people who got killed by cops.
Right. And you highlighted all the people that
people
was
who you
from
knew.
New York, like Eric Garner. Yeah.
The people who
Yeah.
you knew I highlighted.
Sandra Bland,
but I
yeah.
did that so you know,
Right.
unless it's just names.
Right.
But now
Now
when you
you
highlight,
know.
you like, yo, he's
Wow.
highlighting all these people
Wow.
that died.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That was deep, man.
That, like he said, that music score for the playlist was great. But and that episode, that Boogie Bird record, "The Good Die Young,"
Yeah.
it's
that
a
was
record
real
that I
joint.
feel that's gonna last in time once the masses really get to see that record existing. Because we have a lot of people that pass, and that song fits that, just like the birthday records and so
Yeah.
forth. So off of that playlist,
The music business though, those was blaring like both of the playlists, like they did nothing though. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
the music business for me, I learned a lot with that because I had to deal with 300, but you know they ain't really do nothing.
Right.
Like how the music business is, it's a different way. They want you to do the shit yourself.
Right.
Tell them again, because a lot of artists don't understand that that's listening right now. They don't understand and hear
Well, they'll
things like
figure it
that from
out.
you. But to hear it from you, they just would.
You
To hear
gon-
it come
they-
from
they
you,
gonna figure
they'll
that
just
shit
change
out.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
They gonna figure that shit out real quick.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You going to, yo, what's up with the Impact? They ain't spending no money. They ain't spending a motherfucking dollar. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They ain't spending no money.
Right.
I think it's kind of corny though because the whole A&R development is gone,
It's gone.
and majors
Long
want
gone.
you to go out there, but it's like, and they don't care. They'll overpay. Because when they say that to me, I'm like, nigga, if I do it myself, then nigga, you gonna have to give me like 5-10 million. They like, cool.
Can I ask you something? Because I've been seeing it a lot lately. I go to different shows, different events, and I see a lot of different artists, performers, but to me, they're not like the best, but their social media is the best.
Right.
How do you feel about labels just picking up people from social media and not actual talent?
That's
It is what
that's
it
their
is.
motto. It is what it
But
is.
yeah.
I've never been one. Listen, I've never been one to beef about however the world is moving. I've always been a guy where I'm like, oh, that's what they
Exactly.
doing. I'm gonna
Do
figure it
something
out
else.
and I'm gonna slay these niggas.
Facts.
Right.
I'll figure it out.
That's
I'm a
adventure
figure it out
music.
guy.
Right.
That's adventure music. And again, we understand that labels aren't really technically looking to develop an artist. You know, and like I'll say it in white music, let's say a pop artist, they still will invest and develop, but they won't do it in black music
Right.
anymore. You still see deals for white artists that have no social media that are pop artists and they'll still invest in them.
Right.
Again, but in black music, it's not even happening. They wait for you to get going. If you don't get going, there's no money for you. They're not even thinking about you.
Yeah, they're not even putting a thought into you.
Yeah.
When we was at Murder Inc., when Irv put
And
out,
they don't care about how good the record is.
when Irv put out a record when we were under Universal Def Jam, Murder Inc. itself would already get records running, put legs on records, so that when Def Jam would pick it up, we already gave them a running start onto what.
So
they gotta do.
understand this also. Music business. The minute I want to, I'll serve you again. The minute I want to, I will serve the music business again.
Right.
People don't know that you quit.
I let you know.
People don't realize that. People always, you know,
all you have to do, if you looked at Gotti's Way, right? And the last episode when Deb said to Sonny, you know, you're gonna get a divorce. What if me and your dad? And Sonny, he was like 7, 8, and he started crying. He said, "Well, if we get a divorce," he said, "he's not gonna be my dad." So that shit fucked me up.
Right.
Yeah. So when I left the game, it was 2 reasons. I wanted to be with Sonny, JJ, and Angie more. So when I left, I was like sleeping on the couch, and I was doing all of the AAU basketball shit with them, and we really bonded.
Right.
I could give you some AAU stories, and I like with me by myself in another city, they roughing up my boys, and like I'm a live nigga. I ain't gonna lie, because I'd set it on, and I'm by myself.
Right.
So we was in Philly one time, and these niggas was like, they slammed my man Mashid. I was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with y'all niggas? These niggas is 12 years old, whatever, and a gang of Philly parents, right? And they was beefing with me. And it's crazy because this is a good moment for Sonny because he's seen how crazy and how much of a live wire his dad is.
Right.
So it's like, you know, when you make that moment, you think, and you like, fuck it, nigga, I'm placing my bet. Basically, because I'm like, I could get smashed right now.
Right.
So I said, yo, listen, I said, y'all motherfuckers know me, right? And they was sitting there, ice cream, fuck you, and they're beefing.
Yeah.
I said, word to mother, I'm going to place my bet right now. I said, fuck all y'all niggas.
Aight.
We could do whatever. Just me.
Right.
Just me. But I said, I promise you this. If I die here or if y'all niggas, I'm coming, if I'm alive, I'm coming back and I'm going to burn this motherfucker down.
Right.
And I'm going to remember y'all faces. Some innocent niggas is going to get it. I start talking my shit.
Right.
That's my word. I backed all the niggas down. For Dolo. I backed up. But yo, Grant, no. I thought I was going to get stomped.
Right.
But I would have covered my head, got stomped, and been like, yo, I'm killing all you niggas.
Tuck and roll,
Oh,
nigga.
trust me, I'm
Tuck
coming
and
back.
roll.
Right.
I'm coming back. Y'all better kill me.
Right.
You understand? But they stopped.
Right.
So but Sonny was like, Dad. He was wilding. He was like, yo, you wasn't scared.
Right.
I'm
That's
like,
that cancer shit, B.
That's
Fuck
a
it,
fact.
B.
That's a fact.
That's
Shit.
no, but really, that's more than cancer. That's that I truly have no fear.
Right.
Definitely.
I truly am so in tune with God. I'm like, if this is my thing, if you want to take me now, all good.
Aight.
But it's weird, right? I have conflicts with myself because I'm giving y'all too much. As much as I have God in me,
Yeah.
I also have the other side.
Yeah.
I also have the other side and have the power to
What's that?
to
If
eliminate
De Niro
you,
was
nigga.
here,
That's the balance.
Pinky. If De Niro's here, what's that? Who is that?
Uh,
In the if I
that would be the Babala. He's the Babala.
no, but the devil he's talking about. What's the devil's name? He's saying, you know, if I come
Lucifer.
on. No,
Yaqub?
man.
No.
All right, don't worry.
Listen, I don't fuck with the devil.
I haven't got that deep.
Listen, I don't fuck with the devil. Fuck the devil, right? So I think even when I go on the dark
That's his
side,
name. Achu.
when I go on the dark side, right, I still think I'm with God. I think God wants me to eliminate you niggas.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's supposed to bring you to hell.
Aight.
Because
Right.
most of the niggas I want to eliminate, they ain't going to heaven.
Right.
They bad, fucked up niggas.
Right.
That's enough.
But let's talk about something else here.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what? Marv, let's take a break real quick and we'll be
get it.
right back.
Hit that
You heard me?
Jamarcus. Hey,
Punto
Jamarcus.
the
Radio,
spot.
highly unique radio.
Produced
We're
by-
here at El Punto the Spot. Powered by Adventure Music.
Yeah.
yeah.
Listen,
Yes,
hold
sir.
on. I want to talk about that record. One, that's my new artist out of Kentucky, Jamarcus No.
Yeah. Jamarcus, what up?
Now, we just had a passing of my man Nipsey,
Yes,
right?
Rest in peace.
And it's so crazy because I was on the phone with Nipsey like 2 days before he got killed.
Crazy.
We was on the phone for like 2 hours. Nipsey was like, everything that you hear about this guy is really real. He was a great guy. He was a great like
Person.
soldier for the hood. Everything you
Yeah.
hear is absolutely right. And I was on the phone because he was gonna do the hook for that record.
Wow.
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 Yeah, it was gonna be Jamarcus and thing because I was talking to him and I was like, because he always would call me and every time he sees me, he come on, guy, give me some jewels, yo,
Yeah.
pick my brain, which really like the whole industry does, even the big guys. You understand? They want to pick my motherfucking brain. Gotti, what should we? You know what I'm saying? So Nipsey was one of those guys. He always want to pick my brain. So I was telling him, I was like, yo, it's your time because I love Racks in the Middle.
Oh my
Right.
God.
Yeah.
Like anyone who follows me on Instagram, whatever, y'all seen before he died how I was pumping this record because I just loved it.
Right.
So
Like
I said,
Fly.
"Damn, Nipsey, this is the hottest record," and it's like your path in your career is so ill to me.
Right.
Yeah.
You did it on your own. You had no stamp from
Self-made.
nobody. You did it on your own, and you have gotten better and better and better. So I was telling him my advice to him: smother the game, nigga.
Aight.
I said, smother the game. I'm like, go to niggas' studio sessions, and if they playing they single, say, yo, let me get on that. And body them niggas
Aight.
on their own record. Because I feel rap is blood sport.
Right.
Yeah.
And when people do features, you got to kill them.
Right.
It ain't no, you know,
Right.
you got to show the world you the best.
Right.
And every rapper who had their moment where they top dog, they've all done that. So
Right.
I was like, yo, do that. Yo, just kill niggas and be that street nigga that spits that shit that we really don't have.
That
Right.
we don't get.
And he was like, word, Gotti, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. And he was saying and he was like, send me your joint. I said, the joint is perfect. It's a street joint. Ain't no love. It's called Ain't No Love. And when you listen to the hook,
It sound like him.
it's
him.
it's how he died.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said, you can't trust your kin. You can't
Right.
trust your anybody, nigga. Ain't
Right.
no love in these streets.
That's a
So,
fact.
yeah, you know what's the crazy shit? He might have done it and just not sent it to me.
Right.
Right.
I may get a call from his
Right.
man or something like, yo, Gotti, he did that before.
Yeah.
Like, he did it. He just wanted to do it over and perfect it or
Right.
any reason.
Right.
Because he was like, yo, send that.
Right.
And I was like, part of the shit that I was telling him, and I was like, listen, you ain't got to do the record, this
Right.
record or whatever. But I'm just like, you should, because just smother the game.
Right.
So if this new nigga break and you on his hook, you know what I'm saying, and then you get on, jump on some shit with Drizzy and fucking come from a street. I said, don't try and like out sing or thing that nigga. You
Stay in his lane.
yeah, but no, the key to it, I'm giving y'all too much. Like the key to slaying somebody,
Right.
right? So when I came in the game, it was like whoever's thing, it was Puff.
Fact.
It was Puff.
Right.
Like, but I'm not like no 50 nigga where I'm gonna shit on this nigga. I'm gonna slay this nigga with creativity, right? And Puff is my brother now, but I did.
Right.
That was the whole DMX, get at me dog, and the thing, just take it back to the streets, motherfucker.
Right.
It was no more shiny suits.
Right. The
nigga.
opposite of what they
The
were
whole
doing.
paradigm
Right.
shifted.
Right.
So to beat somebody, you ain't never gonna beat Puff out of Shiny in.
Right.
That's a shiny nigga there, boy.
Hold on. Yeah, you can't beat that nigga. He gonna outshine you
Every
outdance you.
time.
So like I used to say, alright, look, it's like a stadium. The industry's like a stadium. This nigga's performing, he running the game. And he's shiny in and everyone's rocking. with him.
Shiny.
I'm like, we gonna go totally opposite, and we gonna go on this stage, and we gonna be dark. That's why the video, I fucked with niggas' eyes. Me and Hype, we did the
Right.
strobe shit. We wanted niggas to go like this.
Right.
With Puffs, like the grass was the greenest grass. The sky is the
It was so
the
pretty.
bluest sky I've ever seen.
Right.
Right? You looking at this, it's hurting your fucking eyes. It's
Right.
taking- well, once I go through to show you shit
Right,
is real.
right.
And then that line with X when he said, there's at least 1,000 of us like me, Marv, in the street.
Right.
We starving, we eat.
Right.
I'm like, we gonna get this nigga. Right? We got him.
That's a fact.
How hard
Y'all
was
been
it?
eating long enough now. Stop being greedy.
Right. How hard was it to get that record across? Like I heard that they wasn't going with that. They didn't think it was going to do what it was going to do.
Def Jam?
Yeah.
Def Jam was playing me.
Yeah.
Who's gonna buy the records? Gotti, Chihuahuas. He's barking for Christ's sake.
Alright.
And when they did that, it's real. I would go in their offices, and then they also put DMX a triangle with 5, and they would laugh at me like this nigga's crazy, yo.
Right.
You know, the first meeting I ever had at Def Jam when they was telling me my A&R duties and shit like that, I said, yo, we got to sign DMX. Tina Davis and James Jones laughed. They was like, he's bugging, and walked out.
Right. They couldn't see it.
Yeah, the real shit is I quit Def Jam. After
Right.
like 2 months, I quit.
Right.
And Leo called me. I wasn't in the office for like a week, and he called me, and I was like, nigga, I thought Def Jam was live. This shit is lame as fuck. I'll take my chances in the streets.
Right.
And doing back to what I was doing. You could keep it. And he's like, no, Gotti, please, just come back. But Leo, to his credit, he seen something in me.
Right.
Now, granted, he was about to get fired because Def Jam was in the deficit.
He didn't have a choice.
So he ran with the nigga. Like, as crazy as it is, Leo was in Hollis eating like baked ziti that with my mom and dad.
Facts.
Yeah.
With his wife and his like son.
Right.
In the black car.
You understand? And then we walking down Hollis Avenue talking. This nigga's crying because they're gonna take his company.
Right.
And I used to just be like, nah, we good. We got JX and Ja. And he used to look at me, you're fucking ignorant. You don't understand. Nah, but the good listen, but the good story is when DMX came out and went #1, we shipped like 1 million units, and the whole office was celebrating. And he said something to me that I'm never gonna forget. He said, I want you to promise me something. I said, what? He said, stay ignorant.
Right.
And I didn't really understand it. I said, what the fuck you talking about? He says, your energy and passion could move mountains.
Right.
He said, most people in the business, they come in the business, they have all this passion and energy, but the business
Takes it away.
institutionalize them. So
Yeah.
they don't have any more great ideas. They become, okay, we're putting out an album.
Right.
Video, check.
Right.
Song with lyrics and catchy thing, radio single,
Right.
check.
That's a fact.
Nothing that I did with DMX was checking that list.
Right. Who thought of the idea that had the video at the tunnel?
Me, nigga.
All right.
Gotta take it back to the streets.
Yeah, that was
the
crazy.
tunnel.
Yeah.
What's more street than the tunnel?
Right.
At that time, that moment.
And at that time, he was ringing the fuck off. That was around the time I didn't even know New York had gangs. I discovered there was massive amounts of Bloods.
Right.
Because when we
Shout
did
out
it,
to Jim Jones.
Listen,
No,
we
that's
did
when
the
we
tunnel.
really with Jim.
Listen, we did the tunnel that day. First of all, he performed the record like 15 times until he literally passed out and got carried out on a stretcher.
Wow.
That's how much,
Alpha.
because he was just giving it
Right.
all of his energy.
Right.
It was so beautiful.
Right.
Like, it was really hip hop at its finest.
Right.
But these niggas in there was wilding.
Yeah.
And imagine the 15th time they was, and they come on, they was, every time. Every
Yo.
fucking
There.
time.
It was there.
Every
Yo.
time, it's like, I was like, this is incredible. Then that pop, that's a nigga really popping champagne,
Wow.
just saluting the music.
Yeah.
It was a connection. It was a serious connection
It was a
that X
movement.
had with not just New York, but the world.
That was a dope era.
Yeah.
IG, I got
yeah.
another question. I need an icebreaker on this one for me. I believe you got the qualifications on the record. Brooklyn's finest, Jay and Big. Well, they weren't beefing, not, you know, but what they are trying to outdo.
All right, here's the story.
Right.
Here's the
All right.
story. And you guys, with these stories, you'll see it on the Michael Payton influenced official documentary. And you'll see these stories when I tell you about the Murdering TV series. It's so much shit that I'm going to give that's going to be discoveries. I swear to God, for hip hop culture, they're never going to see a TV series like this. And every week they're going to be like, yo! So Brooklyn's Finest, here's the story. For like a week, Jay did the lyrics before Big. I was against it, totally. And I was like, no, Jay, no. Again, competitive, killer be killed.
Right.
But Big said it, and I noticed, when you listen to Big's lyrics, I knew he was one of them niggas.
Right.
Hunt me or be hunted. You ain't got to say no more, nigga. It's
Right.
kill or be killed.
Right.
And that's how I'm playing.
Right.
That's how we playing over
Right,
here.
right.
So I was like, Jay, you can't do it because he's too strong.
Right.
And the nigga's nice.
Right.
The
Playboy, what up?
Right.
No, the nigga's nice.
Right.
There's no like, okay, and Jay's ridiculous. So Jay's like, I'm gonna get him. He was like, I'm gonna get him. I'm like, yo, it ain't no getting nice niggas. You could win, but it ain't gonna be a landslide.
Right.
Nigga. We need it to be a landslide. So I said, yo, before we take over the world, we gotta take over the West Coast. Before we take over the West Coast, we gotta take over the East Coast. Before we take over the East Coast, we gotta take over New York.
Right.
Before we take over New York, nigga, you gotta take over Brooklyn.
Right.
And that nigga owns Brooklyn,
Right.
and that nigga owns all of that shit.
This
And
how deep this shit
and I
was.
said,
Y'all
Joe,
don't understand.
And I said, Joe, if you don't body this nigga, you're gonna look like his little man.
Right.
And he was like, God. So for a week, me and Jay is fighting. Like, he's calling me,
Plotting.
we doing a meeting, and I'm like, no, nigga, no. And he's like, Gotti, I promise you. So now when you listen to that record, it's time to separate. He's like, I'm gonna get him.
Right.
It's time to separate the pros from the cons, the
Right.
platinum from. He's shitting.
Right.
Every 4 bars, he's shitting.
Right.
But here's the problem: you gave Big the record with your verse, nigga.
Oh.
He got the
Bitch in the
response.
Shawnee told me you ain't harming me, so pardon me.
Drugs in the
Right back
pharmacy.
at you, nigga.
No, he said my girl told me you holding more drug. Cause Jay was officially
Right.
He was
Right,
hustling.
right,
It's
right,
cool.
right.
He ain't hustling no more.
like
Right.
100 kilo nigga.
Right.
He
good.
wasn't play.
Right.
He did it.
Right? So he knew that.
Facts.
And Big loved Jay. I always said, it would be the most interesting thing if Big never died.
Huh.
You know what would have happened?
What would happen?
What happened with Nas? Did Nas really do anything to Jay? Yeah, but Jay's driven like, I'm the one, nigga.
Right.
Highlander shit.
Right.
I'm the one. So we gonna have to dance, nigga. So I believe, and this is just my opinion, everyone, but I believe Jay would have went at him just how he went at Nas. Jay ain't nobody's little man's.
Right.
That's a
Why did
fact.
Tupac go at Jay? He went at Jay because he was on Brooklyn's finest.
Right. He associated himself with Big.
If they have twins, she probably have two Pacs.
Right.
Two Pac. So he's on the record. You know how the game goes. You want to
Right.
go, then you my enemy too.
Right.
Big, little, whatever.
Right.
Ain't no nigga like me. Fuck Jay-Z. Bombing on this nigga.
Right,
Right?
right.
It would have got to it. It would have
Right.
got to it. Jay shitted on Pac at the Apollo. It was off of fucking the Blackstreet beat.
Yeah.
Hold on, I want you to tell a story when you had hyped Jay up and it was all the little kids.
It was the worst move ever. I say to this day, I say to this day, if we would have did that at the Apollo,
Oh, it's different.
now Pac is just died. We did this show at the Westbury Music Fair. Jay is headlining with 112 opening up. They bring out the whole Bad Boy. When I say they bring, and I'm sitting there fuming again, Killer Be Killed. I'm like, yo, nigga, this is disrespectful. So I'm looking at Jay, and Jay's like, what you talking about? I'm like, nigga, they gonna bring out every fucking body. It's fucking total, nigga.
Right.
They ain't on the bill. Puff there, Mace there, and Big.
Right.
Everyone's there. I'm heated. I'm like, man, fuck this shit. We gonna get these niggas. We gonna get them. We gotta get these niggas. They ain't playing fair. The gloves is off.
Right.
And Jay up, and he
The
was like,
battery.
nigga put on his hood, said, let's get him. I said, here's what we gonna do. Fuck what we coming out to. He had this record that he made, if you remember, Dead or Alive, it's Murder. Now, the first Dead or Alive is Murder, he was shitting on Pac. I said, yo, we doing Dead or Alive. Bad Boy leaves the stage. I got the mic because I was a DJ. Turn the motherfucking lights out. This is Westbury Music Fair. It's all white people.
Right.
Young white people.
Young. I'm like, yo, turn the motherfucking lights out. I said, these niggas scared to talk about this shit. Talking about Bad Boy.
Right.
I said, these niggas scared to talk about shit. Rockefeller, we don't give a fuck, nigga. It's murder. I play Machiavelli the beginning.
Wow.
Pockets freshly dead. So I play Machiavelli the beginning. Remember? You still talking? You still breathing? Little roaches, yeah, we still fucking talking, nigga. Yeah, we still breathing. Doom, doom, doom. Turn the lights on. Jay comes out. I say, come out with 50 niggas and then nobody smile, nigga. So everyone came out. So after they,
I feel like I'm there.
Yeah.
After they,
Shiny.
All the shiny.
after they shine it out, I turn lights out and I'm looking at the crowd like to see the reaction, and niggas was like, oh, they was scared to death.
Right.
That's why I said if I'd have did it at the Apollo,
I love it.
Jay, when we bricked like it was the worst show ever. And Jay looked at me and said, God, you fucking crazy, nigga." Right? But if I said, Jay, my bad, I fucked up. But I still say, if we'd have did the same shit,
Oh yeah.
if I was on the Apollo with niggas,
Right.
You turn the mother
Legendary.
and put that on. It would dugga dugga doo. They would have been like, oh my god! And this nigga came out talking like it's murder
All
and
right, so
shitting.
I have a question for you. So if it was there, if you go back in the days now, what record you would have done with him in
With who?
that particular time?
He said
Jay.
instead of doing that
Instead
record,
of doing that,
how
what
would
would
you
you done?
What at the Westbury Music
Yeah.
Fair?
Yeah.
Nigga, I'd have kept the show fucking how dang. I would have came out to Can I Live, nigga. That was the normal show. Everybody would have went yay, and we'd have performed feeling it. We could have got our shiny shit on, feeling it. You know what I'm saying? We could have did that, and it would have worked.
Right.
We scared the shit out of them. Yo.
You were in your feelings at that
Pac
point.
may have been a month,
Passed, yeah. It
and
was
I
crazy.
played Machiavelli. Y'all know the beginning of Machiavelli.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He shits on Jay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He shits on Jay.
7-day theory
And you
joint.
still motherfucking talking? You still breathing? And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, nigga, we still talking. We gonna talk about this shit. It was hot. Nah, all jokes aside, it was hot. It was
It's
just,
just
for the
wrong
wrong
venue.
it was
Wrong
just the
venue.
wrong venue. If it was
Absolutely
niggas,
hot.
Like if we did it in Brooklyn,
It's
Brooklyn
over.
niggas, man, Lord, they would have teared
They
the
would have
joint
lost
up,
it. Yeah, they
yo.
would have lost it.
Yeah.
It was Westbury Music Fair.
So,
with
Irv.
suburb kids from
We got
Westbury.
So when you were a little kid, I heard a story that, you know, your brother brought some turntables to the crib and he didn't want you to touch them at a particular time. And you
I
were
was-
fucking with
I
that
was-
shit.
Listen, me and turntables when I was young, we had a love affair like it was no other. Our next nigga around the corner, Nick Chalmers, his father, that's how I really learned. His father was a West Indian and used to play Calypso records. And he had a mixer and 2 turntables.
Right.
Like not 1200s. He had just regular, you
Garage.
know.
Yeah, B10, there it is. The SLB 10. That's a fact.
He didn't have, I don't know if
Put
he
the
had
nickels
anything.
on there, yo.
Everybody's
Put the
down
nickels
with
on
And
there.
what I did is once he hit it, he would be at work all day, and I would literally go over Nick's house, and there was this record called Shangri-La. And if you know, it's a West Indian record, but it has a breakdown. It goes, and y'all think I'm bullshitting, maybe 4 or 5 hours. I'm just,
They don't know about them records.
yo, and my hands was lightning fast. That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember a few.
Oh, no,
I,
no, it's
I remember a few times on the road when we doing
nice.
radio and you pulled off and niggas called your bluff and say like, and you got on them tables and you showed them why you was DJ Irv. You
Listen, my
always
brother-
had it through that.
My brother, Jamaica Park was a park in Jamaica, Queens, that they was playing music at. So I'm like 15 years old, summertime, I think 95 or 85 or 86. I was like 15 or 16, one or the other.
85.
85. Run DMC was
Popping.
right. So Chris knows a drug dealer nigga named Kwasim.
Kwasim, what up?
Right. But it's still, because Kwasim is going to somehow hear this and then try and get to me to give him
Oh,
some
he
money.
always. Listen, Kwa hits me all the time.
He's in
He's got a phone. He got a jack. He got a jack. And the Lord, you look, he got a lot of time deducted. Them Rockefeller lawyers got hit. He's gonna come home in another couple years.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna not call for you. He's gonna come look for you
Yeah,
because
that's
he's gonna
great.
find BJ.
Okay.
That's great. That's great. But like, he was like a drug dealer in the neighborhood. So Chris was like, yo, let my brother get on. Let my brother get on. It's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. But there's still maybe 1,000 people in the park.
Yeah, the park is lit.
And you know, the park, how the park jams would be roped off. He said, you DJ Shorty? I said, yeah. Now, to my credit, I could have easily been intimidated and scared.
Right.
I'm 15 years old. He says, come on. Nigga smacks the shit out of this nigga Garfield.
Garfield.
Yeah, he smacks the shit out of him and gives me the headphones. He go ahead, Shorty, see what you can do. Go ahead, Shorty. Let Shorty rock.
All right.
So immediately, it was a lot of Hollis Crew niggas in there. I put on Run DMC Rock Box. And at the end of Rock Box is, he goes, run, run, Hollis Crew. Run, Hollis Crew, run, run, run. I'm warming up, seeing the needles of the thing. These niggas got like quarters on their head. I'm like, run, run. I'm like, oh, these ain't moving. These ain't moving. This is good. Hollis Crew, Hollis Crew, Hollis, Hollis, Hollis,
That's a fact. He was
Look,
going crazy.
my things, the thing,
Spinning
the back,
around.
Hollis,
Yeah.
Hollis, Hollis.
Yeah.
Doing all type. The crowd.
Went crazy.
On those straight arms.
Yeah, no, those was 1,200.
No, those
Yeah,
are 12.
12.
So-
Yeah, no,
so-
no, 12.
So after that, they say,
This is a true story.
they
yo.
say, yo, shorty, the park's yours.
Yeah, they handed him the park
They
right
said,
after
yo,
that.
they was like, Garfield gonna come bring the records. We gonna set
Garfield
up.
and Smitty. Garfield and Smitty.
They
Garfield and
said, yo, you gonna
Smitty.
set up and you gonna play the records. Then they was like, you gonna battle Grandmaster Southside.
Southside.
nigga. And I think he had just slayed some nigga named B or some shit.
Yeah, Brother B.
Brother B.
And that was
Slayed
a
him.
Hollis
He was
DJ at
he
the
was a
time.
Hollis DJ. So they said, yo, you battle
Brother B, you
Grandmaster
lost,
Vic.
man.
And I was like, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the one thing with me that I could truly attest to is that I'm never scared. I'm never scared of a moment. Like something I tell the people, you know, with pressure, if you live your life and you have no pressure, like there's never a pressure situation,
Right.
and you ain't living.
Right.
You don't know how
Don't
good
do
you
shit.
could be.
Right.
Michael Jordan is a billionaire because in pressure situations, he killed everybody.
Right.
It never went game 7.
Right.
Right? So everyone, if you have a pressure situation, don't even walk to it. Run to it.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if the pressure situation is a fire. I'm running through that shit
Right.
because I know with pressure comes reward.
Right.
So look at the park, pressure situation. Now I'm
Right.
DJing at the park. From DJing at the park, I remember we did some shit at Union Square.
Hell yeah.
Clark Kent didn't want no parts of me.
Mm.
Yeah, I was doing shit and he was looking at me and he was like, that nigga's nice. But it was, I said, that was like another situation. I'm in this Union Square. It's flooded with
All-
Brooklyn
all
niggas.
Brooklyn.
It's just me and I'm tearing shit the fuck up and
Right.
making them love me.
Right.
So every pressure situation that has been put upon me, I respond. That's why I'll be like, yo, ain't no fear. There ain't no such thing. Fuck fear, nigga.
Right.
We gonna run through this whole fucking shit.
Gems.
And I'm telling you,
Gems.
pressure. A lot of people they don't respond. They get nervous
Right.
and they don't respond or whatever like that.
Right.
You gotta
freeze
have
up.
in this game. You gotta have the confidence and thing. Like, you know, it's funny. Like my goddaughter Ricky, right? So it's funny because I try and tell her they see me shining and win like your uncle doing it, uncle. But I say, you know what's funny? Y'all don't see the 1,000 rejections and no's.
Right.
You just see the wins.
Right.
Right.
But the crazy shit is I'm such an ill nigga, you'll never see my nose because I'm
Right.
not gonna be like, I
Right.
didn't get it.
Right.
Nah, nigga. I'm gonna figure it out and I'm gonna slay these niggas.
Right.
It's just, all right, I won't do it this week, next month, next year.
Right.
But they getting slayed.
Right.
And I'm just like, you gotta have that in this business. Like,
That's a
that's why
fact.
when I say to y'all, I'm like, I could slaughter the game and get another Murder Inc. run whenever I'm ready.
Speaking of another Murder Inc. run,
Yes,
Right.
I hear that you're gonna have this 20th anniversary Murdering tour.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm excited.
I mean, we talking, and it's something that me and Rule been plotting on, and you know, everyone wants it. It'll be with Live Nation. You know what I'm saying? I think the kickoff will be not far from here at the Barclay.
Mm.
We'll kick it off, and then we'll, you know, just be running around. You know what I'm saying? With the whole Murder Ring, Ja, Ashanti, Lloyd, Charlie, Vita, of course, Black Child,
Right.
and even Caddy probably.
I have a question because you're about to do this tour, and growing up, watching all the greats, Ashanti, Ja Rule, I felt like, you know, it was okay to be vulnerable at that time, make certain songs and that were relatable. It's not like that anymore, and I don't know why. Like,
game
people
sucks,
don't.
man.
Yeah, they don't.
No,
they don't
it's
make
just no
love songs
development.
and-
You know what though?
They don't
We
make
was-
music.
All right, here, let me give you
no
why it
development.
was
Okay.
like that. Me, I was a part of Jay-Z and Rockefeller. Okay, me, I signed DMX and was a part of his explosion.
Rough Riders.
So now I have my own artist.
Right.
Jay-Z, you ain't never gonna out-cool this nigga. This nigga's the coolest nigga in the fucking world.
Right.
And he gets busy, but he has a lane.
Right.
No one is out dirtying DMX.
Right.
And you're not gonna be more raw than him.
Right.
Okay, so I helped these two companies, and now I got my own company. I gotta figure it out.
Right.
So here, the pressure's on me. Here, you did X, you did J. Here's your own shit. So
Right.
what? You just shot your load with them niggas, but you ain't shooting your load for yourself.
Right.
The Murdering Sound was created with Rule 336.
Facts.
The Murdering Sound was created with Rule 336.
Can you tell them one story about 336 After we we out in L.A., come back,
Yeah, Leo.
and then you go to the meeting with Universal or Def Jam.
Def
Tell
Jam.
them that story so they
we're in
understand
LA
again
for
that
3
pressure.
months. We're in LA for 3 months, and me and Rule, that's around the time X is kind of going at Rule on some nigga he taking my style and shit like that. The ill record is We Don't Give a Fuck on Flesh of My Flesh that I produced that he's shitting on Rule.
Right.
Right? So we dealing with that. That's why Rule grew his hair, if you remember. He didn't want to have a bald head. That's X. I'm going to have
Right.
braids.
Right.
Right? And we made and created. Shout out my man, Little Rob.
Little Rob, Little
Right?
Rizzy.
And Little Rob, me, Little Rob, and Rule created that sound. It was purposely made for these radio records, heavy female thing, duets with females, shit like that. That sound was created and made out of necessity of us winning.
Right.
So we finished making the album. Everyone in LA and coming to the studio, they are like, this, they never heard, because if you think about it, Between Me and You, Put It On Me, I Cry, they haven't heard records really like this. You heard it with Meth and Mary with All I Need,
Right.
which is something that I borrowed from.
Right.
But he never drew that well again.
Right. That's a fact.
How do you not draw that well again?
That's a fact.
Right, but he didn't do it. So I went right in there. And we
Genius.
love records like Kiss the Girls, Make 'Em Cry. Tupac, like Tupac was making those kind of joints too. We took that lane.
Right.
And we was not afraid. And to Rule's credit, he was not afraid to express himself. To if he felt a melody or whatever like that, he wasn't afraid.
Right.
And we did it and fucked the game up. So now we make this album, and it's ridiculous. We love it. Leo and Kevin Liles, I go to play them the record. They completely shit on the album.
Every song.
They said it's the softest record we ever heard. Now here,
Yo,
mind
they
you,
shitted
but
on
who's
every
winning?
song.
Who's winning? X and Jade hard shit.
Right.
So they like, Gotti, you did the hard shit with them. Give us the hard shit. And I was like, yo, this fucking album, I love it. And they kicked me out the office.
Right. Like trust you. Right.
No, they said, go make another album.
Right.
I said, y'all don't want none of these records? They said, no. Scrap the fucking album, Gotti. So I walk out of there like with my tail between my legs. I'm fucked. I go to Rule. I'm like, Rule, they don't like it. He said, what you mean? I said, they said make another album. He said, they don't want one record. I said, no. They said it's the softest shit they've ever heard.
It's crazy.
So me and Rule's fucked up. And this is why I love Rule. Because he was like, whatever you want, I'm riding.
Right.
Now, this is this man's career. He has a say, but he put his belief in me.
Right.
And he said, whatever you want, nigga. If you want me to make another album, we gonna make another album. If you want to ride with that, we ride with that.
Right.
So I go back to Leo and them. Chest picking up. I ain't making no motherfucking album. What's the rollout? So Leo was mad that I didn't go with what he said. I'll give you 2,000 pieces of vinyl, and walked out. So basically, Between Me and You.
I wish they understood
Listen,
exactly what that
so-
really means.
So they didn't commit.
Yeah, break it down
Listen,
to
they
them,
didn't
y'all.
commit to a video. They didn't commit to an impact date, to working the record.
This is how records got broke back then.
Right.
Back then.
They didn't commit to anything. They committed to his 2,000 pieces of vinyl, nigga. Go.
Give it to DJs. That's what you did with that
basically-
vinyl.
So
I got two of
basically,
those.
Leo set me up to fail, so
Right.
he could say, "Now go make another album."
Right.
Right now, mind you, Rule's first album we sold like 2-3 million. He's an artist that he's banking on,
Right.
that he wants to win.
Right.
But that's when the beast of Irv Gotti again.
That also
So
created.
developed-
hold on. That created, in my opinion, a different Irv Gotti. That right there, because what he did after that was take 2,000 pieces of records and go break. Put It On Me by
Right.
itself
That's when
without the record label.
Between Me and You.
I mean,
So-
between me and you. Sorry, between me and you, without
West
the
Coast.
record label,
So basically, I got to give a
Not-
shout out to my man Demiza.
Demiza.
Demiza was
K-Day.
Power 106, and he was the program director. If you look at Between Me and You, he's the little white dude with the Power 106 shirt on and shit.
Right.
But I went to him. and I told him my story, and I was like, "Yo, this is the single," and I said, "Could you play it?" And he listened to the single. He said, "This shit is banging." He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna bang this." I said, "Yo, thank you, man, because Def Jam ain't gonna do shit. They ain't gonna call you for this record." He said, "What?" That nigga proceeded to call radio stations across the United States and basically tell them my story. Listen, bang this shit, because Def Jam ain't gonna support him.
Right.
And Def Jam ain't doing nothing for this, so y'all bang this. And this is, he broke Jay, he broke fucking X. This nigga's the one.
Right.
So we need to support him. And it was him. And that I got the record to like 6,000 spins.
Wow.
Right? So it actually changed me with Leo too.
Exactly.
Because you'll hear stories of people that's like, yo, Gotti used to fucking wild out. Like me and Dame used to wild out.
Right.
But Leo's he was like a father figure. He's my man. But nigga, we gonna have a problem. You told me to fucking scrap an album that sold like 6 million worldwide. You can't comment on my shit no
Right.
more.
Right.
You just lost that privilege.
So now we be in a meeting with Leo with all of Def Jam, and Leo will be like, and I started getting high too. So you know what I'm saying? We would be in the meeting.
LA created
I
that.
started getting high. So we'd be in the meeting, I'm fucking high, and Leo would comment on like, I'm like, what? Just like that. What? Yo, shut the fuck up, nigga. You ain't allowed to comment on my shit. You know what you do? You get fucking behind me and you shut the fuck up. And it works for you.
Alright.
And he wouldn't say shit, and the whole company would be, oh my God. So Dame used to say shit like that too, and Barco and Def Jam, but I didn't do it because of what Dame did it for.
Right.
Dame was just like Rockefeller, fuck everybody, right? I didn't do it because of that. I did that because
Shout out to Dame.
Shout out to Dame. Listen, I did that because nigga, you shitted. You don't comment on my shit. If I bring 4 monkeys in here, nigga, and say give me $1 million, cut the check, nigga.
Right.
Which actually got me in trouble. I got Preem $1 million for crime partners.
Right.
Which was part of the federal case.
Right.
So, IG, you tell us this. I want to take it back to Tales a little bit. You tell us like when your first episode's coming. You know when we might
First
see
episode is coming
trailers,
July
stuff like
2nd, and
But yeah, go ahead.
and I have a great surprise for my Tales viewers. If you know Tales premise is based on existing records like Fuck the Police, like All I Need, like Children's Story. So for my Tales, which I love everyone who watches Tales, I really do. Like everyone who watches, I appreciate you, and I went all out for the second season. So the second season premiere, which is July 2nd on BET, I'm not gonna give you the artist, but it's a huge one. And I produced and made a brand new record for that artist that will be associated with a 2-hour movie that I directed and all of that shit.
Yeah, give it up, Marv. Give it
Tune in
up, Marv.
July. And what's that date again?
July
July
2nd.
2nd.
So everybody
But
tell a friend to tell a friend.
Everyone's it's one of the biggest artists.
Out now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where
Nah,
can
That's a
where,
fact.
where can they find Irv Gotti
Alright.
at?
Look, I know some secrets, but I ain't telling.
I got you.
Everyone tune in. Everyone tune in. I think
It's me.
you're
Tell them,
gonna
Gotti.
love it, man. You're gonna really love it. And Tales is dope.
It is.
You know, the season I did EXO Tour Life, right? Bella Thorne is starting in it. If y'all don't know Bella Thorne,
Yeah.
right? She's a big and
She's awesome.
she's a white like Disney act, and
De Niro would say she's Latin.
right. She does have Cuban in
She's
her.
Cuban.
Right,
She's part
but
Cuban.
she did it. Then I did Moonlight with XX Tentacion co-starring Ricky Woods, right? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Rick.
But you know this season I also did Nas. I Gave You Power. That was a heavy request from a lot of people that love that record. And if you're not familiar with it, it's basically the story of a gun.
Can we do that? Can we?
That's dope.
Would you do that? Would you create a campaign for just your listeners? You're not.
They could pick one.
Your watchers, right? To pick a song.
Yeah. BET always talks about that. We'll do that for season 3.
No, we could do that while we're on the road.
Yeah, we could do that.
Well,
But,
we're on the
we
road
gotta,
with-
we gotta
with-
make
with-
sure
with-
it's BT to make it big because they have a big digital platform, and they've been talking to me about that.
No, that'll be
let's-
incredible.
Let's involve the viewers and
picking
let's
a song.
let them
Yeah,
pick
throw
a
your
song.
hands
And
on
Pick a
whoever-
song,
DJ
or you.
Rose,
How about
bring
you
back.
give them a list to choose from to pick from?
Yeah, we could do that.
And this way, you're assured to get something you would want to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But let them choose the one you want.
Like we could do that. Tales is such a simple yet creative thing, and it's built for every genre. So right now I'm doing Tales hip hop, but with this season they allowed me to do Mary J. Blige, My Life,
Dope.
and Lauryn Hill's X Factor.
Woo.
So with that, I'm trying to break, and maybe you'll see Tales R&B.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not maybe. It's happening.
All right.
But let me tell you
Maybe
something.
you'll
One
see
of the
Tales
things.
gospel.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Maybe you'll see Lil Nas X in Tales country.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll see Tales pop and rock.
That's right.
Wait a minute. Where's my Latino brother De Niro?
Yeah.
Because maybe you'll see Tales Latin, which is very interesting because
do
a
it.
lot of Mexican songs is based
baby,
on
bye.
like cartels
Right.
and drug dealer songs.
Right.
So imagine if I do Tales
Street.
Latin, I'm doing some Sicario shit.
Right.
That would be so fun.
Or they said it's a lot of love triangles and shit like that
yeah.
with classic Latin music.
songs.
Right.
So it's gonna be a woman cheating on a husband or a man cheating
I
on
could be the woman cheating.
or man cheating on a husband.
Versa.
Because that's what the
His
women
wife,
do.
You know what I'm saying?
Men do
We're
too.
gonna make it fiery because they said that Latin shit,
Black men
someone
don't
gonna
cheat.
die too. So maybe we'll see that, and we'll you know maybe we'll see Tales Germany, like another language,
You know,
another country.
so just to say something like, again,
That's
I
a
try to-
$1 billion idea, guys.
that's a fact. I try to, again, stay impartial with everything, but one of the things that I seen, the biggest thing that I seen and noticed with Tales, you took a picture. I can't remember where we was in LA, but it was with all of your actors that was in the season. And that picture to me is so impactful and powerful because what you're doing is empowering all these actors to be in a show, to give them a chance that they might not get anywhere else. You know, and it's like the respect that has to come from that, from the people that's watching it, that understand that's the difference. When you look at TV shows, remember, like, let's say it's Sopranos, there's only X amount of stars in there, and that's it.
Tales, I've used over 100.
Over
actors
100
for
plus
the season.
people was in that picture.
And I
That's crazy,
I purposely, like, say if it's an act like Michelle Michener, she's on this show, Lethal Weapon on Fox with Damian Wayans, right? But she's like a sub character. She's like a supporting actress. So when I cast her, she's the lead, and I give an opportunity to see her carry an episode.
Fact.
It's a big, big difference.
Huge
Matthew
difference.
Nasca, the white boy in Fuck the Police, that was his first time ever acting.
Wow.
Lead role.
I said to
Crazy.
Leah, I said to my casting director, I want the next Brad Pitt. And she called me. She said, Irv, I got good news and bad news. Right? I said, what's up, Leah? She said, this motherfucker is the fucking finest white boy. He said she came in. He said she was like, he came in the room and every woman was ready to fucking do whatever. She's like, he has that aura with him.
Right.
Yeah, Nene
I
went
said, all
crazy.
right. Yeah, I said, like my mother loves this guy.
My
right?
mother, my mother went crazy
But my mother's
on the 85th birthday.
my mother's though. Let's throw a disclaimer. She's
I was about
like
to fuck the
biggest
nigga
groupie. Nene is the biggest groupie in the world.
Yeah.
So,
She's from that era. She's
so
from
she
that
said,
era.
I said, that's the good news. What's the bad news? She said, he never acted before. So I said, give me his number. And I spoke to him. He had the aspirations to act. He wanted to act, and he was the character that I casted him. And I was directing it. And I said, Joe, I'm giving you the role. And I said, just be yourself. Learn the lines. Don't overdo it, and just be yourself because you're Brody.
Right.
You're Brody Wilson. And he did great. Now he's on Star. He just finished his Netflix movie.
Again,
That's
and
it.
what you're doing.
And because he's with me. And most of the actors that Chris is talking about in the picture is crazy because they all ride with me.
Pledged allegiance.
Right. So I really was
No
on,
flag
I
here.
really was on some old school Hollywood shit. And I'm building an army of actors, actresses who I could have on call. So if these guys blow up, they're not fronting on me.
Right.
And not like Matthew Nasca, he needs a love story. So I'm crafting a love story with Nick Cassavetes. If y'all don't know who Nick Cassavetes is, he's one of my best friends, and
The Notebook.
He did The Notebook. The man has never did another love story, and I got him. We're doing it with Paramount, Jim Giannopoulos, Matt Dines, Amber Raspberry, and of course my guy Bobby Backish,
Mm.
right? But we're gonna do it with Paramount, and we're crafting a love story. We're writing it now. I'm giving Nick some help. He's writing it, and it's gonna be like West Side Story, right?
That's amazing.
Part 2.
No. Listen, it's gonna be like West Side Story in the sense of it's gonna be a racist love story.
Yeah.
So his fine
nice.
white boy is gonna love this like light skinned black. So he doesn't know how thing, but she's like a hood bitch.
I love it.
Yeah, and both families is gonna be like fuck you. We're gonna make a tearjerker. I think I want him to die because I think every love story, I think love and death go hand in hand.
They do.
Like would the Titanic be the same if he wasn't floating like this?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been the same.
Right.
If he's still
Because
alive.
that bitch could have left him on the fucking raft. You didn't
Yeah.
have- it was room for two.
It was
motherfucker.
really too.
But James Cameron was like,
You
sorry,
gotta die.
Right.
you gotta die. And when you think of great love stories, Romeo and Juliet, someone got to die.
Yeah.
Right.
Someone's got to die.
Right.
I got a quick
so
question though. I
excited.
got a quick question for IG. On the 20th anniversary tour, are you gonna do a music with the original Murder Inc?
All the acts.
You mean new records?
Yeah,
Or
new records
he
to
wants
go
know
with the
new
20th
music?
anniversary.
We talked about it.
I mean, are
We've
we
talked
gonna
about it.
do?
Listen,
AG wants in.
we've talked about it. You know, Rule. I talked about it with Rule. I can't tell you a lie like me and Ashanti talk. We don't really talk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But me and Rule have talked about it, and I'm open to it. You know, they could cut and even all of the acts with the Lloyd and thing. Like I'm in a good space right now where I'm on the yellow brick road and God is blessing me. Well, I ain't tripping on nobody.
Right.
Like we could talk, we could work, we could do whatever, we could have some shits and giggles or whatever. But one thing I probably would never trust them anymore.
Right.
You know, it'll never be that trust of family or whatever. But we could do business, and I'm at a place where I'm like, oh, all good, nigga. I could help you get some fucking money.
Right. Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to the bag.
AG wants in.
Man, I'm just happy to still be at IG. You know, it's been a pleasure. From years that we work together.
Yeah.
Still working. I'm over here with your brother on the other side. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just for me. It's like, you know, to see us actually, like you said, the cloud is coming over.
Oh, it's
coming up. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't over us no more.
Yeah.
And
Trust
things
me.
is happening. You know, I'm
It
here.
ain't
You know
over.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That
I
cloud
got-
is a motherfucker. Yo. I'm
Absolutely.
telling you right now, you go in the meetings and I'll be like, yo, I killed that shit. That nigga's fucking with me.
Yeah.
And then he ain't fucking with me.
No more
Right.
callbacks.
Right.
You know,
Shit is real,
Barry
yo.
Weiss interviewed me to be the
CEO,
the president of Def Jam. Like 3-4 times. Like he wanted it. He would be like, yo, you're brilliant. You're fucking brilliant. You're amazing. And I would leave. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get it. I'm like, nigga, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna be the president of Def Jam, which I wanted at one point in my life. I wanted it really badly because I thought that was my evolution that needed to happen.
Right.
Because
Wasn't your
like
purpose.
how I did with that record with Between Me and You, I'm not that nigga no more.
Right.
I'm not going state to state in that energy and to sit with every program
To break
and
it.
tell them my story or
Right.
getting them to believe in me. I can't do it. I can't, like, that shit is hard, yo. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That shit is work, to work 20 to 30 fucking programs across the world, and I'm
Right.
going state to state, nigga. They're like, come meet me at the bowling alley. I'm sure I'm bowling with these niggas. Like, yeah. So listen, man, we got to get this. You know what I'm saying? That shit is hard work. I can't do it. So I wanted the president that would have the power to run the company and just delegate,
Right.
and I'll make it happen. I'll send a nigga to go kiss that ass. You got to kiss that ass. Go.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
But I needed to be a bigger executive and thing. So Barry Weiss kept meeting with me, and he wanted it until he finally broke down and he told me. He said, "You're the most polarizing figure." And I was like, "What you talking about, Barry?" He said, "People love you, but you have people who hate you." And he says, "After I meet with you, I'll get 30 calls. 20 of them will be good, saying Irv is the illest, but you're gonna have 10 that's gonna be like, what are you doing?
Haters.
Barry, what are you doing? No.
It was the pre-release. These things kind of hit right after Nova. That's what started the whole. Everything went crazy. The movie, but that letter I remember the feds coming and talking about that letter. Like, why are we sending this letter to all of our friends? Do you remember this part? Like, the shit was crazy, and it was really the letter was talking about a way of life of being
love and loyalty,
and respect, and how to honor people,
and what you were part of,
and what exactly.
Jay Prince touched
but he
it.
signed it, the Lord High Executioner,
And that was Prince. That's Preem's nephew, because that's what he was.
Jay
He was the
Prince-
Lord High Executioner.
Right.
Jay
Right.
Prince touched a little bit about that in his ebook when he would say like they came after he said it. They came after Murder Inc.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it was
Rap-A-Lot
a blessing
and
though that union never happened because
Death
niggas
Row.
would have got the
Death
power.
Row.
Right.
It would have got crazy.
Suge and I love Suge, but what we was talking about specifically was a union at first. And we wanted to start a union because in all forms of entertainment and sports, there's unions.
Right.
There's no union with musicians.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we was talking about at that point, people was getting big deals. Like me and Rule, we got a deal of like 12 million and shit like that.
Right.
Once we sold some rights. So people was getting, big deals. So we was talking about going to the artists and getting them to join the union. We would make the label pay 10% of whatever their deal is. So if they got $1 million, give a union 100,000, but he's gonna recoup $1.1 million, which they would do because all right,
It's
they're
no
gonna
skin
get their
off
money
their back.
right?
Right.
But that 100,000 would now go in that artist's account and set up annuity, medical, health. the
Because
whole-
artists don't have
they don't-
medical.
They can't go get their teeth fixed.
Yeah, they gotta pay.
They
right.
don't have if something's wrong with them, they can't go to a doctor. They gotta
Right.
pay. So we was talking about what we was doing to the call was great, and he was like, with some artists may have a big annuity where they got millions of dollars in their 401k that's saved up. Some may have a little, but you got something. Right now, you ain't got nothing.
Right.
But here's the problem: we would have been in control of it.
Right.
And it's 3 real guys. And it's $1 billion. Say they blew up with every one thing. But it was funny because it was funny with me and him, and we used to shake everybody up. Like we used to meet at the L'Hermitage, and they used to, the industry was L'Hermitage was a heavy industry show. A
Best hotel in the game.
Like, and we would be there, and it's me, Suge, and Prince talking. And when I say the industry was like, what are y'all talking about? They was scared to death. But what was funny is when we was like, all right, so we was basically saying niggas gonna have to get down to lay down. So the funny thing with that is she was like, I got the West Coast. I'll take care of the whole West Coast. I said, yo, I got the East Coast. But my little nigga Prince,
Right.
he said, I got everything else.
Right.
So basically, Suge had California. I had New York. He said, I got everything else.
Yeah, Jay Prince. Shout
So
out to Jay Prince.
and I looked at him, I just started laughing and shit because he's the little nigga. And he's like,
Right.
like to this day, Prince is like our brother.
Right.
Hey, he's coming in town. He just checked in. He like for the fights. You know, they got that kid Shakur.
He's
He's
our
fighting
brother.
this weekend.
Okay.
Jay Prince is like, it's like
Right.
that we really have with him.
Right.
But yo, we had a great. I know we ran late. I want to just ask you one more time. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? I know we wanted to get all of the different businesses that you're involved in and all of the things you're moving forward with. You know what I'm saying?
We touched on pretty much everything.
This
Right.
this was a
We
great
touched- we
interview.
touched on pretty
I know
much
the
everything.
listeners. I could tell just on my live they stayed on and listened on my lives. They going crazy. So I already know they gonna be there going crazy for this when we put this out and put this up.
So, RJ, I know a lot of our listeners might already know where to find you, but is there any places that you want to let them know to look for you?
Yeah, your
what you're doing now?
Instagram, social media, things like that.
187. That's Instagram. That's Twitter. And if you want this shirt, if y'all ever seen, if y'all want this shirt, y'all can go to Visionary-Ideas Entertainment. I think you could click the link in my bio, and it's a Visionary Ideas website. And just so y'all know, Visionary Ideas is like the mothership. Murder Inc. is under it. There's management under it. There's consulting under it. I also consult
Sports.
for Steve Management. There's sports management. I got like Isaiah Whitehead and a couple other prospects. It's just something. Visionary Ideas is the mothership.
Okay.
But it also, I sell this merch, and I got like some dope shit, like that. If people see it and they know, they're like, "Where the fuck you get that?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the only nigga that can put Preem on the T-shirt, and Preem is like all love.
Right.
I could put Prince. I could put Like they're my family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I still, if y'all wondering, I still talk to Preem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? BJ don't let me talk to him that much because it's so crazy. When I talk to Preem, he get amped.
Right.
Yeah.
Might ride in his jail.
That nigga gets amped. Cause
Right.
you know what I'm saying? He be like, all he wants is me to win.
Right.
He said, kill these niggas, Gotti. I see you doing, just kill these niggas. That's all he wishes is to kill him.
Right.
And then he wants me to get so much money. He says, yo, I just want you to put $1 million on my books.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He just wanted to let niggas see it.
He's like, he want $1 million on his book so he could be in the yard. Like, yeah, what you want, nigga? I got $1 million. Gotta put $1 million on my books, nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's real. What's up? But I love talking to him because I just let him know that when they was talking that death penalty shit with him, I ain't want it, and he didn't care.
Right.
Like Preem he's a man's man.
Right.
He don't give a fuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, but yo, if you dead, I can't talk to you no more. I said,
Right.
even if you locked up forever, nigga, you still a part of this shit.
Right.
You could talk, we could plot, we could strategize, we could still move around in this motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah.
But when I talked to him, yo, when I went and visited him when he was in Florence AdMax,
ADX.
which is the worst jail.
In Colorado, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said Larry Hoover was out there, and he was like, everyone is in their own specific cell. And Hoover, he got close with Hoover because Hoover was in the cell next to him.
Right.
So they wasn't in the same
No
cell.
contact. They just could talk to each other.
Yeah, they-
through the wall,
Yeah,
around the
it's
wall.
23
Right.
hours locked down. The only thing they give them niggas, they have cable. So he was watching Tales and he was going crazy.
Right.
Nice.
Right? But they let you out and you're shackled for an hour. You walk around shackled. That's
Right.
the
You
jail.
can't even open your mail.
Right.
Right.
That's the jail that they in. They
Damn.
everyone,
read it to you.
Everyone in there is viewed as a menace to society. So when I came to see him, like when I go see Preem and visit, I like stay for the weekend, right? So when I came Friday, it's crazy. So I come in there Friday or whatever like that, and I'm hearing niggas yelling in the jail. So they was seeing me, right?
Halim. No,
Pat.
Pat.
So I meet we sit with Preem for hours. I do the whole like day. We laughing and joking and shit. And then I leave and I come back Saturday. Saturday they wasn't gonna let me in.
Right.
Right. So I'm with the COs. They like, yo, you may not be able to come in. We gotta see. I said, what happened? They said the jail rioted. And he's like, the nigga Pappy was spitting in CO's face, talking about Preem, got him. So it just, and I was like, so they let me in. I said, man, took a long way to get here, man. I'm just trying to see. I don't want no riot, but I want to see my man. So they let me go and see him again. And Preem was happy. He came out, he laughing. I said, what happened? He said, man, he said, your man Pat was going crazy. He said, niggas tore up the jail. They tore up their cells. They rioted. I said, full riot. I said, why? He said, because, nigga, they couldn't believe Irv Gotti came to see the forgotten ones. Cause
Right.
they, you know what the big thing in there, he said the big thing in there is they burial plaques. They already dead.
Right.
So they be like, this is what I'm putting on my plaque. It's going to read, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Because
That's crazy, right?
but when
Crazy.
but listen, you got to fly to Colorado Springs, then drive like 3 hours in cornfields.
Right.
Wow.
And it's like crazy.
No,
the
it's
cornfields is like 10 feet high and it's a road. And it's like, you know, if you get the car, you fucked.
You dead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's that jail. You can't escape. If you escape, nigga, it's a 3-hour drive. So what are you doing on foot?
Right.
They gonna pop your ass in the cornfields,
Right.
nigga. Right? So they like no one comes to visit. People.
No visitors.
It's like no visitors. So for Irv Gotti to come out here, he said the jail. That's when Hoover was like, Hoover had love for me because Preem was like, yo, put some money on Hoover's books. So I sent him like $1,000, $2,000, some short shit.
Right.
But I sent it because I was like, okay, I send a nigga some money, right? And it's crazy. Hoover's so strong. They've had him in there for like 10 or some crazy years. By law, they're not only supposed to keep people in that prison. Preem said for like 36 months or
Right.
some shit.
Right.
And he's like, they keeping this nigga in here because they view him as a menace to society.
He's
Right.
looked at by the federal government as the most powerful man in the
right.
country.
Right.
They like he could pick up
Or
a
most
phone
dangerous
and kill
man in
niggas.
the
Right.
country.
Right, so it's
He can
crazy.
organize.
No, but what's so
Yeah.
crazy is after I sent them the money, I would just be walking like, and I'll be in the hood, and niggas would be like, "Yo, Hoover said, you know, nothing is to happen to you," and he give me a hug. I don't
Right.
know this nigga,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But see, that's how life is. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I went to see Preem and thing, and then Hoover, because I came to visit my man, because I don't think a lot of niggas like me is visiting him or whatever.
Right.
It's a fact.
He was just like, he was like, I got love for this nigga,
Right.
and he's so powerful that I mean, L.A., Chicago, motherfucking Detroit. Everywhere I was going, it would be a nigga that just walk up to me and say, "Jay, Hoover left word, nigga. Nothing happened to you." Nigga,
Yeah.
I was like, love. You know what I'm saying? All good.
Yeah.
I got to speak to Hoover because Prince has a phone just for Hoover.
Yeah.
So I got to speak to him one day. I was in Houston and he called and we spoke. And again, I know all about all the,
It's
all
so
of this
funny.
stuff. It's
That's
crazy.
that
It's
good
so
old growth
funny
and
because when
development.
Cream was home, right, we used to listen to the Ghetto Boys Resurrection. Now, if you know that album, the skits is all Hoover.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and Preem, we used to listen to it. And we used to love. He had a skit. He said, He said, I'm a rebellious nigga. He said, niggas want to lay you down and fuck you in your ass. He said, I'm a rebellious nigga. I'm gonna wiggle my ass.
Yeah.
That nigga said, I'm a rebellious nigga. I'm gonna wiggle my ass. And me and Preem used to sit in there, and we used to listen to that and Ain't No Nigga.
Ain't no name.
He loved Jay and Ain't No Nigga. He loved the line, weapons concealed. What the fuck y'all fear? If y'all niggas play sick, we could all get in. What the
Yeah.
deal?
Aight.
He be like, oh, Jay Vicious, man.
What's going on, everybody? It's Snowborn PRJ Torres here reporting live from Richmond, Virginia. We're out here for the Tales audition, brought to you by Visionary Ideas, BET Digital, and the one and only Irv Gotti. Shout out to my homie Chris Gotti as well, the whole Adventures team. We out here, and my man Everlast, you already know behind the lens. Number one PRJ Torres, salute.
All around the clock, we get that. All around the clock, we get that. All around the clock, all around the clock, all around the clock, all around the clock, we get that. All around the clock, all around the clock, all around the clock, we get that. All around the clock, we get that. All around the clock, all around the clock, all around the clock, get
The
that.
infamous Irv Gotti.
Fuck yeah! North Carolina, it was a Stone Cold Groove, Riley.
I'm all alone. I've been fiending for you, baby. Please pick up the phone. Boy, I know you hear me ringing you. I know you know. Baby, I was all in, all in. If you hear me calling, calling. Pick up. I'm all alone. I've been fiending for you, baby. Please pick up the phone. Boy, I know you hear me ringing you. I know you know. Baby, I was all in, all in. If you hear me calling,
A record like that can only go one or two ways. Either it's nothing and no one fucks with it, or it's the biggest record in the world. Especially with are you the snacks? You're the snacks portion of the group? I'm the snacks part. Now, you a star, you a star. Sorry if I didn't pick you for the final three to move on to the next day. Again, I could only pick three. I felt everyone who I named, but I could only pick three. So the first person I'm gonna call up here, Luciano. Snipe Luciano. Snipe. Hometown. Snipe. Look at him, he got his lokes. So put your lokes on, nigga. Same character. Fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? See, the lokes make a difference, nigga. Easy E without the lokes, man, I'd have been Easy E, you know what I'm saying? Alright, the next artist I'm picking, and understand I'm picking, I'm not saying you want it, but I'm saying it'll be more filming tomorrow with BET to be picked. This is a weird one because I don't know if I can use you. But Callie, get up there, yo. You go. I honest to God, I hope I'm not making a mistake. Darcel.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not making a mistake in the meaning of picking her, but I'm saying a mistake because I may not be able to use none of her performances. Yeah, but it's alright. Your number one fan is not understanding. You understand? She is not understanding. Oh, she knows. No, you got the right one. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. You know what I'm saying? She ain't understanding. And the last ones. Y'all know who the fuck I picked. Yeah. The nigga with that personality. Get your ass up there. That's R.U. Snacks. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Heard the mother. So you, did he make the record? Which he made the record. So who's singing on the record? They're both singing. Oh, okay. Okay. I love that fucking record. I don't know if y'all gonna win or whatever, but these are the finalists, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Talk tomorrow.
Yo, this is Chris Gotti Lorenzo, and this is Giving Him the Business with my partner Don Dinero.
Don Dinero que volar, Mr. Money for the Gringos.
Business. Yeah, Giving Him Business, and we have a special guest.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? This guest is everything for me. This is my brother. This is Irv Gotti Lorenzo.
Hello.
Yeah.
Still murder.
You know what I'm saying? And
Hello.
You know, we wanted to just dive into a bunch of different topics and go into different spaces. You know, everyone always asks me how we started, so I'm gonna start from the essence in the beginning of just go back to your days and how you remember starting and becoming and getting into the music.
If you go back to the essence is Nick Chalmers, probably.
Shout out Nick, that's my boy right there, oldest friend I have right there.
Yeah, he lived around the corner, and his dad was into calypso music.
Yeah, he's Trinity,
so he had 2 turntables and a mixer, and he used to work all day. So I go around the corner, be tearing up them. That's how I learned how to DJ. And again, it had this record, Shangri-La, calypso record, and it had a breakdown. It'd be like, Paradise is very nice. Paradise is very nice. Then it go, and if you could imagine, I did that with that one record for 3 hours.
Just that one record.
Just because we didn't have a record.
Wow.
So then,
and Nick would get his ass whipped.
Yeah, because I was fucking up.
Fucked up his equipment.
You know, by the time
would
it
come
went
home,
Paradise in that, it was like, you know,
when the needles get fucked up too,
everything.
Right?
Nigga, I was putting quarters and nickels on the shit to weigh it down.
So they wouldn't jump. Those wasn't, what's those 1200s? Those wasn't Technique 1200s.
They wasn't Technique 1200s.
No, this was some other shit.
It was some straight on bullshit, but I was getting busy. I was getting busy on it. When I got the Technique 1200s with the S on and everything, it was good night. I was actually nice. I was very nice.
I will verify, like, Irv was the best DJ in the city at that time. He was. How old were you? How old were you when you was doing Nails, which is one of the hottest clubs in the city?
Like 16.
16 years old in Nails, DJing at Nails. We used to do parties. We would go and do like out in Long Island, all of the Nassau community
colleges. What was your DJ name back then?
DJ Irv. Keep it simple, stupid.
So DJ Irv, I didn't know it was DJ Irv, but I remember at Union Square, Clark Kent didn't want none of it.
Yeah, shout out Clark.
Shout out my nigga Clark. He didn't want no smoke.
Yeah, but Union Square.
You seen how fast these hands was with the niggas didn't want it because I was ready for battling.
Yeah, and we're from Queens. We're from Howard, Queens.
You throw the handcuffs on, handcuffs behind me, tear you the fuck up.
Yeah, the handcuffs
behind me. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah,
Lil
spinning
nigga.
around.
Skinny Lil nigga.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was Jamaica Park. Jamaica Park was the foundation. It was like 15. Chris, his drug dealer, Kwasim.
Kwa. He's home too.
It was like 1,000 motherfuckers.
Shout out Kwa.
It's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and
Garfield and Smitty didn't want you on them turntables.
I think Qua like grabbed the headphones from Garfield's head.
Yeah, he made sure they take it and let him do it.
I said, go ahead, shorty, let's see what you could do.
Do you remember Garfield? He used to be there, scratching with his 40. He would be DJing and scratching with a 40 ounce and shit.
So Garfield, Smitty, and they was the guys who DJ'd in the park.
Yeah,
it was the older.
It was
guys.
their turntables, their equipment, their speakers, everything.
So I get on, I put on Rock Box, Run DMC, Hottest Fire, Jamaica Park, number Hollis niggas. So, run, Hollis, crew. That part in the end of the record. Run, Hollis. And you know what's crazy? Because I don't get nervous.
Well, that's part of like to me.
It was definitely a pressure situation.
Of course, it was. Listen to me, Quad. When I got him to get on the turntables, Quad turned to me and said, "Is he good?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "He better be good, nigga, because it's gonna go down if he ain't." Because that's how the park was. Like it was like if you wasn't like that, you couldn't get in there.
You know, and I tell people this. Just talking to this basketball dude, I ain't gonna say his name, but I was giving him my advice and like, yo, nigga. You gotta kill when you out there. If you nice, you gotta kill. And I was trying to tell him, you want in life pressure situations.
So it makes you.
If y'all live a life, right, and y'all never in a pressure situation, y'all didn't live life.
That's it.
And you never
got better.
Did something to
that
test
made you
your skills
uncomfortable.
to go further.
To know where you at.
So here I am, Jamaica Park, 15 years old. It's about 1,000 niggas in the park. It's like 2 a.m, but it's packed. Got all these niggas. Quaz, just a drug dealer. He's a big ass drug dealer.
Knocks everybody out.
Yeah, good with his hands. I'm looking. I'm 15 years old. I'm seeing all these strange people. I don't really know them. I'm just used to DJing at Nick's house and my crib. Go ahead, shorty. I tore that shit the fuck down. My hands was a blur. And I knew it was Hollis Crew niggas in there. So run, Hollis Crew, Hollis Crew. I got Hollis, Crew, Hollis. Like I made it say Hollis Crew for maybe 3 minutes.
That was
and when I say it was Hollis, it didn't get to the list. It was, and the crowd, everyone there,
they go
I'm talking
crazy.
tore it the fuck up. When I stopped, nigga said, "Shorty, this your part."
Wow.
Yeah.
They said, "You gonna come and play the music for us?"
Yeah, they gave it up after that.
Pressure situation. I responded.
Yeah, pressure busts pipes, but it makes diamonds.
But he put in the work. The confidence comes from all the practice you put in.
Yeah, I was definitely confident because I was
everyone ain't built for that
the
pressure.
5 Ps.
The 5 Ps.
But listen,
proper preparation prevents a poor performance.
I tell niggas run to the fire, yo. Yeah. Don't even question it. Like if you in a pressure situation, run to that shit. I'm a nigga. I want to seek out pressure because I know when you respond to a pressure situation, you get rewarded.
That's right.
You wearing Michael Jordan, you wearing Jordans because he finished niggas in Game 6. So we will forever wear fucking Airs. Why? When it was a pressure situation for Air, he finished niggas every time.
Yep.
Oh, Clyde Drex is the one? Pressure situation. He's the ill nigga?
Yeah.
Oh, Gary Payton? Y'all think he's okay? And he that nigga was so good. He making pressure situations up just to finish niggas. Yeah. But just think about it. When niggas respond under the pressure, they get rewarded.
So after let's go from there. Your first artist after that basically is Mike G.
But we got to go before that. And it's crazy because this is all in the documentary. If y'all,
my documentary coming soon.
Is kind of live. I kind of really like it, and it's very truthful and honest, and it's going to tell a lot of these stories and the stories. Anyone who is interested in Murder Inc., y'all gonna love it. So, Mike Geronimo, we have to go back because I said this in the doc, and BET was like, "That was so great." I was a nothing ass nigga.
I was skipping that part. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help you, nigga.
This is good. This is good because watch the parallel that I'm making. Y'all are gonna catch it. This is good. Let me give you a day in the life of DJ Irv. Farmers Boulevard, my man Demi used to cut my hair. He had a barbershop. I was in that barbershop every day playing John Madden 93.
Yeah, the early John Madden.
I used to play with the Philadelphia Eagles. They had the illest defense, and they used to let Randall Cunningham throw crazy Hail Marys, and it always worked. So,
in the game.
So you couldn't score on me, and you couldn't stop Randall Cunningham, right? So I'm paying $20 a game, and I'm taking niggas' money. I would win $60 to $100 a day. I would eat, and that was my day. I was wasting my life away. I was a nothing ass nigga doing nothing.
$60 a day is something, bro.
So I had everything, the ability that I had it, but I wasn't applying myself.
Yeah.
Now, when you think about it, and you probably think about your life or whatever, that's most people's problem. They wasting their life away doing nothing, and they not taking life serious and applying themselves.
It's Friday. Want to get high.
My man, if you watch Troy, Brad Pitt says one of the best lines. He says, I want what every man wants. I just want it more. Nothing ass nigga. Who got next? Here I am. I'm supposed to be the great Irv Gotti, the legendary Irv Gotti. I ain't doing nothing.
You was good at
This is why BET, the woman started crying. She said, that's my son. That's my son. He's not applying himself. I said, that's probably the majority of the world.
The difference is they're not making $20 a game. They're just sitting there playing
They
all
wasn't
day.
getting that.
They're just sitting there playing all day.
All right, but here, see,
Buying
this,
They
skins
wasn't
and
even
shit.
good at
Hey,
fucking
this
John
is-
Madden.
This
That's
is
the difference.
this is where this is why I love Poppy so much, and I love my dad so much, because my dad gets fired. They laid him off because he was a year away from making his pension.
Sunshine Cab Company.
They fucking fired him. I pick him up. He says, yo, they fired me for having a beer. But they really fired him because he was a year away from them having to pay his pension.
It's business.
So I drive him home.
They were looking for a reason.
Yeah, save
He
money.
comes in. Nini's right there sitting on the couch. And for whatever reason, God chose me to see this. Not any of my brothers and sisters. He chose me to see that. And Poppy, she said, Joe, they laid me off. And Nini, who's a legendary Poppy ball breaker, did not break his balls. And she sat there, and it was like y'all watching a movie and the violin comes, and she was like, we'll find a way. Because Poppy was like, I'm like 60 years old. I don't have no education. He said, what am I going to be doing? Bagging groceries at the supermarket? And if I tell y'all, that lit a fire in me that is still burning. Because I just was like, I'm not going to let them fall. I'm like 22. I'm like, yo, I'm not. But I like to say to everyone, if that never happened, I might be the night manager at Circuit City.
Or your best damn John Madden player.
Or the best Madden 90.
You might be a gamer, boy. You might be a gamer.
But you understand? Like, I could sit here and
there are
honestly
moments
say,
in someone in your life this had to happen in order for you to be.
that's why I said it. I'm
the
very
legendary
spiritual.
Irv Gotti
It's all
had to.
God. Why did God let me be the one to see that? Because God knew, oh, watch him go now. I was a savage. During that time, if you'd have told me, hey, you're going to have to kill Dex Diamond for you to be successful,
I would have did it for you.
Dex Diamond
Hey,
was
what's
this
his
damn
name and date of
motherfucker,
birth?
Right? But that's the mind space. So people like,
Shit, you
people like, yo,
22,
what
I'm
do you mean by
25.
savage? What you say you turn into a savage? Turn into a savage for me meant it was whatever. I didn't
Hook or
need to
crook.
sleep. I didn't need to do nothing. Mike Geronimo. Now let's get to Mike Geronimo. I'm now not wasting no time. I'm now not taking life. I'm taking life dead serious now.
Yeah.
Mike Geronimo is at Bayside High School.
My old alma mater.
He's like, and he was a freestyle nigga. So he was on stage. It was a talent show. And this nigga was like, you know, the fam, representing the fam, and my gun go blam. You know what I'm saying? You my man. Ha ha. You know what I'm saying? He was a freestyle nigga. He's a nigga that could rap, and he could rap about everyone in here and put him in a rhyme. He was very good freestyle. I didn't know the nigga. But I'm a savage. I want to make this music shit. I want to try and do this music shit. So I say, yo, let's make a record.
Mike.
Nigga goes, you don't see it if I put it in.
You good.
I said, yo.
Fix your mic, man.
I said, yo, let's make a record. I don't know this nigga. This is just all the truth. You know, if he, you know, Michael, he'll give another portrayal or whatever, which is another thing. Everyone has their versions of truth. But if I'm being real, my version is always the airtight truth. And everyone who's watching, you may hear different versions. Believe me, my version is 100% accurately the truth. So I bring the nigga to the studio. Shout out my man Steve Cullo. He used to do commercial jingles. He used to let me use his studio.
Dynadog Studios.
Dynadog. He used to let me use his studio. Shout out Y and DMX. They bought me the drum machine that allowed me to make this beat. The Denise Williams and got to be friends. So I looped that up with the drums. Shout out Large Professor, who I learned how to make beats from by watching him make beats. Right? So we get in the studio. He freestyles. And I just recorded the freestyle. He freestyled for like 5 minutes. And in the 5 minutes, he said the hook. It's real, and you know this shit's real. You know, shit's real in the freestyle. That's the hook. Now just give me some verses. He like freestyle the verses. He was very good freestyle. Represent for the fam, from crazy ass Queens. Dun, dun. I was like, yo, I like this shit. Right? We make the record. Mike goes back to Fort Totten. He lived in the Army base. He went back to Fort Totten. I get on my grind. And that's how my relationship with Flex to this day. I think the first one who played was Ron G. He was on BLS. But Flex was on every day. Ron G was on like one a weekend. 1372 Broadway was the address of Hot 97. Now this is when I mean Savage. Flex starts at 7 o'clock. I was up there at 6:30. He'd pull up in his Mark 7 with his chrome rims. First day I met him, I was like, yo, Flex, just like everyone else who gives me records. I was like, yo, Flex, man, I got this record. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Irv Gotti. Yo, I'm like Irv, DJ Irv. And I'm like, yo, I'm a DJ too. So I felt I could get him over DJs be bonded.
Yeah.
It's like, if you a DJ, you like
fuck with other
DJs.
DJs.
Nice, fuck with other DJs.
So I felt like I said, I'm a DJ too. And I said, I would never ask you to play a record that's whack. But yo, listen, if you do like it, yo, you'll be saving my life, yo, if you can play it. Nigga, that night. It's like Johnny Drama, victory, victory, right? But nigga, for the next 2 weeks, I was up at, yo, you saving my life, yo. Yo, I bought 2 more copies. In case you didn't bring it so you could play it. Nigga, by the 4th day, he's like, yo, Irv, I love the record. Stop it. Yo, I got 2 more pieces.
Wow. Every day,
every day.
By the time, when we went into the 2nd week, he was just looking at me laughing. But I think that established my bond with that nigga that's to this day.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he was like, this nigga came for 2 weeks with 2 of y'all, you saving my life.
Every day.
Right? So boom. Let me tell you about a savage. So I used to go over like niggas' cribs. So say if we was all here and we was playing a game or whatever, I'd be on the phone while niggas is playing the game and smoking. 1-800-223-9797. Because once the nigga Flex is playing it, I'm like, I could request it. Say, yo, I heard it on Flex last night. So I literally all day while niggas is playing games, as soon as when they answered, I go like this because I wanted them to hear a different voice. Yo, I want to hear Mike Geronimo, it's real. And they would usually give their age. Yeah, I'm 17. Boom. Female voice. I want to hear Mike Geronimo. That's all I did. I would call my mother. I would call Nene because Nene was up early. So I was like, yo, I'll be up early. Yo, how many times you get through? She said, I got through 3 times. I said, what the fuck, nigga? Like, real talk. I said, I need 10 times. They answer when they think, what the fuck are you doing? Screaming on Nene. And she was like, all right, I'll call more. But then
He's not lying.
Hold on. But then from doing that,
Yeah.
Angie Martinez, coming in a new entry, Hot 4 today. The top 4 most requested records. Mike Geronimo, it's real. Victory!
Yeah.
After that, come home. After like being on the Hot 4, we went number 1 like a week and a half. I come home. Irv, you had a lot of calls today, Nene. Yeah, who called? I wrote it down. EMI Records, Loud Records. This guy Steve.
Every label. Every
I had like
label.
10 labels, which is also a jewel to anyone watching. And you want to know how to get on in the music business? Make a hot record. I didn't put my mom's number on any. I'm like, how the fuck they get my home crib?
The white label had this Top Dog Productions.
Said it had no fucking
no numbers, nothing. And Mike
I'm like,
Geronimo, Top Dog Productions.
What the fuck is this? How did they get my number? Which they will find you if you drop a hot record.
Yeah.
They're gonna find you. How you want to get on? Nigga, make it hot. Nigga, make it hot. Oh, you ain't made it hot? You ain't getting on. Yo, blackball, they don't want to fuck with me. Nigga, look in the mirror and say, nigga,
It's on me.
I gotta make a hotter record.
Look in the mirror.
Niggas don't want to look in the mirror.
No one looks in the mirror. No artist wants to look in the mirror.
I mean, people in general, you don't have to be an artist. It could be anything you want in your life is what he's trying to say is it's on you. This game in life, on your mark, get set, go. It's on you.
I said this at the GCI, which is the big station in Chicago. They had like a seminar and they invited me, JD, like everybody. So he's on this panel. This was like 20 years ago. So we on this panel and we're all talking. And while they're on the panel, I'm like this. All these niggas is talking and I'm up there on stage. I was tired, like sleeping. So a nigga jumps up. I want to hear what Irv Gotti got to say. I want to hear what Irv Gotti. I was like this over my... Straightened up. I get on the mic. They said, what do you guys say? They talk about how you get on in the game. I was like, is this on? And I said, all of y'all are fucking idiots. What? I said, for listening to us, idiots, like we're going to tell you you're fucking idiots. I said, y'all want to get on? Make a hot fucking record. You ain't got to talk to nobody. Go in your basement and make a hot fucking record. And I said, you know what? All of us fucking idiots will find you and want to give you a deal.
That's a fact.
They gave me a standing ovation. I said, I just called these guys fucking idiots. Yo, they gave word to mother. God, they gave me a standing O. JD was just looking at Jermaine. He was looking at me, laughing, shaking his head like this nigga's crazy. He was sleeping, woke up. First thing he says is, all the hell fucking idiots. And then tell, the fuck you listen to us idiots for? Just it's the music business. Make a fucking hot record.
DTF Radio, highly unique radio. We're here at El Punto The Spot, powered by Adventure Music. Ghetto gospel. All thugs gotta pray. If killing niggas is wrong, God forgive me for my sins. And all my evil thoughts like fucking my girlfriend. God bless my family. And the bitch I bet when you can't breathe. And any extra guns are coming in. Not to play the brain for things that's corrupt. But the Lord knows this world is all fucked up. In God's eyes, every nigga is created. Some crackers, we plus we live deep.
No, let it play, nigga.
Ghetto gospel. God forgive me for my sins and all my evil thoughts like fucking my girlfriend. God bless my family and the bitch I back in the Camry. And any extra guns are coming in. Not to play or pray for things that's corrupt. But the Lord knows this world is all fucked up. In God's eyes, every nigga is created equal. Some crackers, we evil cause we live illegal. And anything we got, nigga. Even if somebody got to get shot, nigga. A whole lot of thugs died on my block. And I see the killers still free, so fuck God. Got no love for the Lord, that's why we pack gats. When them shots pop, these cops, where they at? Probably somewhere at Dunkin' Donuts. My black child got niggas on the corner with their hands up. Let me blow my heat before I go to sleep. And pray to God I'll end up 6 feet deep. Cause if I die before I wait, let me die some pace and all my niggas at my wake. I said, if I die before I wait, let me die some pace and all my bitches at my wake.
He's the illest.
Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd and the gun's my weapon. Reppin' my own protection. Stay blessed with protection. It's nothing on this earth that my soul should want. Got the house a big bitch. All my friends pop bust. Nigga, we lust to bust. And guns we trust. The God's got me a pad. Now that's right, just. I'm tight with my people. On their last breath. Bubbling in the valley of death. I went to jail and end up being the last nigga left. Now I fear no evil. I hear no evil. Just screw the sounds up on my desert eagle. Nigga, free my people. I'm prepared for the enemy. And thugs won't out. Put slugs up in me. Lord gave me the energy. Now pass it in the sea. Word to God. All your niggas is gone with the three. Like that.
Word to God.
Now let me know my hit before I go to sleep. And pray to God I'll end up 6 feet deep. Cause if I die before I wait, let me die some pace. And all my niggas at my wake. I said, if I die before I wait, let me die some pace. And all my bitches at my wake.
I want niggas to hear what my nigga said. Watch this.
Street niggas pray. Now let me hit the streets so my kids can eat. Compton, Oakland, Inglewood, Long Beach. Thugs in the street got love for me. Highland, Southside, QB. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I die for INC. I ride for everybody that ride for me. All my bitches out here that gave me I ride for everybody that ride for me. Southside, BK, QB. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I die for INC. I ride for everybody that ride for me. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I die for INC. I ride for everybody that ride for me. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I die for INC. I ride for everybody that ride for me.
With it, baby. We see you, baby. What it is. Hi.
Keep it so busy. DTF Radio, highly unique radio. We're here at El Punto Spot.
How could you
Powered
not
by
love that?
Adventure Music.
Yeah,
Black
we
Child
back.
gonna be a millionaire before his time is done.
Alright.
Black, what up?
Ferrari Black.
Fuck, I die for INC. And die
Aight.
for everybody that's gonna ride for me.
Alright. That's what's really good.
Hey, that's a fact.
And this nigga's putting up pictures of bitch asses. All right, let's go. What's the question? What y'all want to know? Ask me whatever.
Yeah.
Everything.
El Punto Radio, The Spot. We got the legendary Irv Gotti in the building.
Yeah.
Super hype. The energy is super real.
The Spot.
The Spot.
El Punto means the spot in Spanish. Dinero's not here.
I just learned that. Shout out to Dinero.
Yeah, the
My
Babalaos in
Cuban brother.
Miami.
Yes, sir.
Asha Pashi.
Ache.
All that.
Yeah, Ache. No, he says Ache Pati. Ache Pati. Yeah, that's it.
So what's up? What y'all want to talk about, man?
Go ahead,
Talk about
man.
you. Talk about a lot.
So I want to know something, Playboy.
Life is good. Life is great.
You know, we want to know what Irv Gotti's been up to. You know, I know what Irv
great.
Gotti's been up to,
What's
but
coming
you know,
up?
our
What's
listeners
going
don't know.
on?
Well, the cloud has been lifted from over my head, which is what the Federal Bureau of Investigations can do to you.
Right.
Shout out to the government.
They see that they see we beat the case or whatever, but what they don't see is that people become scared of you. You know, so as much as I did with the music business, it didn't really matter because I was a criminal in their eyes. And
Facts.
the fact that I don't turn my back on my brothers
Preem.
all day, you know, I become like, it was like a cloud over my head.
Right.
So for like 10 years, like this, you know.
Maybe more.
It was a long time. And I got to thank Stephen Hill because Stephen Hill knew me before. So if I would.
For y'all don't know who Stephen Hill is, he used to run BET.
Yeah.
So Stephen Hill was the guy that brought you all of that shit, the basement, all that.
He ran BET.
He ran BET.
But, you know, I say thanks to him because a lot of executives that I met with, it was weird because I would go and give them my energy and give them, you know, my ideas. And they would be like, they would just be staring at me and be like, you're really brilliant. You thought of all of this? And I'd be like, yeah, but they wouldn't do the deal.
Right.
Because I felt like as soon as when I went out the office, they probably Googled me.
Right.
And when you Google me, it's some gangster shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then on top of that, like, people hating motherfuckers probably would back call me, you know he runs with gangsters. Right.
I'm gonna give you one story. I went and had a $10 million deal for a sports management business, and a guy named Michael Araya, he said the deal's done, and then calls me the next day. So like when people don't believe this shit, it's 1,000%. And he calls me back the next day, and he said, Chris, you know, I Googled you. And I was like, I told you everything. I told him about my case, the case that we went through, everything. And the first thing he said was like, but I didn't know you killed somebody. I was like, what are you talking about? Because there was so much slander out there about us. Like I got so many articles at my crib with all the newspaper articles. I mean, all the slander. And there was so much slander. They said we did something that me and her beat someone up with a 2x4 with a nail in it, and he went in the coma and died and all this bullshit.
Wow.
No, and it was crazy.
The legend continues.
That's fake news, though.
Fake
right?
news, of course.
Media, something else.
Listen,
Let's
at the
clear
end
that
of the
up.
day, it ruined my $10 million deal to start
Wow.
my sports management business with him.
Wow.
When he was showing me my office, I mean, the whole thing was all laid out. So when you hear what he's saying, that shit is fucking real.
Wow.
And to get through it,
and
it's
understand
crazy.
we have strong, we have strong haters.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so.
What do you contest
If
that?
a
Let me
hater-
ask you a
if
question.
If a hater catches wind, I'm in the office with the nigga who runs a big movie studio.
Right.
He's making it his business to call him and to let him know, he's a gangster. Yeah, I know he's charming and he's
Right.
You
No,
loved
it's
him,
real.
right? You loved him, right? Yeah, he's all of that, but the guys who are next to him, and they would break down some of the guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were like, that nigga's a killer.
Wow. So they basically blackballing.
Would those be the same
Yeah,
people that
yeah,
be
you
in
could
your
call
face, smiling like nothing
Nah,
ever
they ain't
happened?
gonna be in my face. Our hate is different.
Yeah.
It ain't no niggas in my circle that's hating on me. And
Yeah.
I don't really fuck with a lot of niggas.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get to me now.
Right.
I got my set of niggas. I closed the door. And to get in, this nigga Michael Payton snuck in. Because
Right.
I don't know how he snuck in through a crack.
He did
You know
good
what I'm
work.
saying?
Yeah.
Nah, he did good work.
Yeah.
He's on the team.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? It was really strange. So that's why I said I give a lot of love to Steven, because when I pitched Tales to Steven, he didn't see Irv Gotti and this gangster nigga and this nigga like that and this, you know, he just seen me as the genius, brilliant nigga that I am.
Right.
I didn't have no pitch deck, nothing. I just went to his office, pitched it, and he bought it.
Right.
And it's because of Tales and me getting to a second season that the world is now opening up.
And we're gonna talk about that
Because
next.
all of these
we gotta talk
people,
about it.
because all of these people, again, when I left their office, yo, they was on my dick. They
Right.
was like, yo, you're brilliant. They would say it. They were like,
Right.
yo, you thought of all of this?
Right.
Like you?
Right.
You have a team. I'm like, nah, that's it. God gives it to me.
Right.
I'm like, I gotta give credit to God because sometimes I get these brilliant ideas when I'm asleep.
Right.
You know, you get a brilliant idea when you sleep. Who else the fucking you gonna give it to, nigga? You was asleep. You
Right,
wasn't thinking
right.
of something.
Right.
Straight gift.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a gift from God. So when I would say that, once I got over the hump with Stephen Hill, everybody is fucking with me. Like everybody wants to do deals. I got like so many projects lined up, from the Supreme Team with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Nice.
Wow.
Right.
Supreme.
To the Murder Inc. TV series with my partners Live Nation. And then Bob Backish is my main supporter. He runs Viacom, and he's just a believer in me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm super, super blessed.
So
You know?
one of the things I always like, everyone always asks me, well, I'm always out, and they always ask me about my brother, my brother. And I try to explain one of the main things. Like, Irv never dealt with the infrastructure of corporate America.
Okay.
He always had the boss, whoever that was. So when he mentions, like, he just says Bob Backish, like Bob Backish is the boss of Viacom.
Viacom, right.
Google Viacom and understand who the
Absolutely.
fuck Bob Backish is.
Absolutely.
He's
And then
actually
he
in
didn't
line to
mention-
get the merger, which CBS and Showtime and Viacom is about to merger, and God willing, Bob may be the boss of all that shit.
And then again,
So
That's
we on the
big.
popping.
yeah.
and I could say
When he
honestly, like, that's my fucking man,
facts. And then even when he mentioned Live Nation,
Rapino.
Michael Rapino, you might have heard Drake mention. I think he mentions him in one of his records. But Michael Rapino
was
is the
boosting my
boss
ego.
of Live Nation. If you don't understand what Live Nation is and what they do and how big they are, they're a giant of a company, and they're doing more than fucking touring.
Right, they're doing TV.
You
and
just heard
film
that
now.
they're gonna do Murder Inc.
They did A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper. And Lady
Understand?
Gaga.
So these are these.
But I could also say, like, Rapino is my fucking man.
Yeah,
And when,
yeah.
Now here, when I say that, no one could infiltrate them with me.
They already heard the bullshit.
No one could go to Michael Rapino and say, Irv Gotti's this or Irv Gotti's that. He's going to be like, what? Fuck you.
Right. Solid shit.
Bob Backish is going to flip harder.
Right.
He's going to be, what? Irv Gotti's a genius. Now get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Who sent you?
Solid shit.
Respect the realness.
Bob Backish may be like, you know what? You just another motherfucker we gonna run over.
Yeah. Facts.
All right.
Facts.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah, I told them some ill shit too, like Rapino and Backish and guys like that. Also, Jim Giannopoulos, he runs Paramount. These are like my guys.
Look,
And I
before
feel-
Jim, it
I
was
feel-
Brad Gray.
Brad Gray.
Wow.
rest
God
in
bless the
peace.
dead, yeah.
Rest in peace. But these are like my guys in my team. And it's funny because I said when I grew up, you know, we grew up in Hollis, Queens, Jamaica, Queens, whatever, crack-infested neighborhood. So, you know, we have a big family. I'm the youngest of 8. And, you know, my mother used to always say, you know, play with your family. Because she was, don't play with, because these niggas out here is crazy. So just play with your family, stick together.
Right.
So I hit that with Bob Backish and Jim Giannopoulos. I said, yo, y'all are like my family. I don't want to play with no one else. I'll
Right.
give y'all everything that's in my brain.
Right.
So expect to hear, like, give me a year or two. It's gonna. Irv Gotti signs $500 million deal.
Right.
He's playing with his family.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's
That's right.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen.
Put a
for
hand
sure.
clap together for that one.
Yeah, that's
Put
a
a hand
fact.
clap together for that $500 million.
Might be more.
Half a bill.
It might be more.
Big
You know the
things.
reason why I say that? Steph Curry did a deal with Sony for $100 million, right?
Yeah.
So I got people at Sony too, right? So I said,
Michael
yo,
Lane.
I said, yo, y'all gave this nigga $100 million. This nigga's a basketball player. They said we just wanted to be in the Stephen Curry business, right? so I'm never a hater. Like,
Right.
I'm cool with LeBron. He got a gang of money from Warner Brothers they gave him.
Right.
But like when I hear numbers like that, That's when I'll be in the back. My mind, wait till they get a load of me. You gave this nigga $100 million. I do this.
Right.
Like I entertain people. That's all I'm thinking of. I'm not
Right.
thinking how to perfect the crossover.
Right.
Or shoot a better jump shot. Nigga, this is my game.
Right.
And you gave him 100. I need 250.
You hear that, Chauncey?
Right.
Nah, real, nah. In all honesty,
Yo,
think about it. You gave this nigga 100.
Right.
All right. But like, I never get angry or mad at anyone because I know I get busy, right? So, but it's all like, I got all of these blessings and I ain't really do nothing yet. That's how I be feeling.
It's because you're a Cancer, B.
Right.
I'm a Cancer too. You're a Cancer. I already know what it is.
You know what I'm saying? But I like.
It's never enough.
No, I'm like, if they giving these niggas that much money and things like that, I'm gonna put it down. I ain't even put it down yet. All I did so far in TV and film is Tales. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it did good ratings. It did good enough ratings to get me over the hump and get me a season 2. But it wasn't no blockbuster shit.
Right.
But I'm a blockbuster nigga.
Right.
Like I don't want to be average.
Right.
Like when I sold Platinum, I remember we was in the studio with Hov, and I was sick and mad because Ja was at double platinum with his first album, and Hov got mad at me. He was like, "Nigga, Reasonable Doubt is gold, nigga. That's going to platinum, and you in here beefing like fuck that, nigga.
Right.
But nigga, you just did like 8
Right.
with Hard Knock Life.
Right.
So I'm a nigga. I'm like." Platinum, I'm vomiting, nigga. I'm not happy.
Right.
I've always been, I want to crush the world, the whole
Right.
planet Earth. So it don't change, it don't stop.
Right.
If I'm making a TV series, if I'm making a record, if I'm making a movie, I'm trying to crush the world.
Right.
Whether I crush the world or do it or not, you know, I can miss, but I'm
That's
gonna
the
come
aim.
again.
Yeah.
That like the meeting with Jimmy.
Oh, I got the tapes.
Ish. Listen, like when we had a meeting with Jimmy, we was with Zane Lowe. And me and Jimmy was in there talking
Crazy.
on our visionary shit. And Zane was like, yo, but what if it doesn't happen? Like you guys.
Yeah.
And like Jimmy looked at him and said, he said, you're not, he was like, you're not afraid if it fails?
Right.
Yeah.
Me and Jimmy looked at the nigga like he was retarded.
Right.
Like what? He said, well, what if it fails? He said, well, then fuck it. We'll do something else and do it again.
Right.
But the mindset is, nigga, we coming.
That's right.
Period.
I'm the zombie in I Am Legend at the end when he's banging his head against the door. Nigga, that sums up my whole aura
Existence.
and whole life in this entertainment business. Nigga, and Will's like, I'll save you. I'm not hearing nothing, nigga.
Right.
I'm coming to kill you.
Right.